Ah. Is it not actually back? Am I back? Am I live? Hello? This is... Why am I hearing myself? Oh, because I have my phone open. Okay, I'm alive. Hello! Ah! Screaming forever into a void of evil and darkness. Hello, it's me, the ever illustrious, sauciest, grand, tomato slime extraordinaire. Welcome back to, my internet has died twice now, and this is now a 3-part finale. I guess the lengths are gonna be better now, but still, we are in the white queue room, and I'm upset, but we're going to keep going because we're finishing this game tonight. Hello, when we last left off, I decided on doing this puzzle, actually. No, I want green. I mean, I don't want green, I want red. Fuck it, I don't care. Okay, so it's... So it's... 2, 3... So it's... 1, 2, 3, 4? It's these 4? I guess? So it's 0, 0, 0. How's everyone doing on this brand new, definitely not the same stream? Thank you, everybody who has stuck by during this catastrophe of nightmares. I appreciate it. Okay, so it's that square, so... Okay, well, it's not that one. Have you been playing all night? I have been playing all night, since our regular starting time. We're beating this heckin' game tonight. But that should be right. Right? Maybe is it... Nope, nope. No. I'm just putting this in on every wall. Haha! The power of semi-brute force! Alright. Delete you. Oh dear lord. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why does it have to be on the bottom? Why? It's so annoying. Three. Okay, so it's gonna be... I think I might have solved this one. Three, 1. 1, 1, 2. But if I... But no, I mean, this shape doesn't make sense, though. I guess it does if it's 4. But this one couldn't be... If this one's touching 4... This one's only touching 2. It has to be these 4. Or it's these 4, because I don't... I know how I want everyone to know, I know how Minesweeper work. This doesn't seem to work Minesweeper. 3, 4, 3. Like, how are you all touching 3? How are you all touching 3? How are you, specifically, how are you touching 3? Because this would imply it would be like 1, 2, 3 that are... Right, yes, it can include the block itself, you're right. The 1's not necessarily, but like 2 would mean that is 1, probably. So 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one, this one, this one. So this is 1, 2, 3. So this one, this one. I think it's this. Okay. What the fuck? Why? Why was it there? I don't understand. I don't understand anything. Like, cause that couldn't be on the... I guess it could have been on this wall, actually. But... Okay, which is the one that I haven't done yet? This one. Okay, we haven't... Okay, I did do this one. This is the square. I hate this room. I hate this room so much. I'm not even sure what I've already done. Okay, I might have done this one. I didn't do this one, because this is just a pillar, right? Like that. Oh, dear lord. I don't want to do that yet. I want to click these 3 because there's suspicious there. Fuck. I somehow didn't consider that there were multiple in the same puzzle. Because that's the one I just did. I don't know how I didn't, like, consider that. So wait. There's a square here. Somewhere. No, wait. No, it's not a square. It's a shitty L block. Haha! I'm not even graphing it anymore. Oh my god, it's just every puzzle we've ever done from all of the locations. Okay. Wait, nope, there's another one. So it's just this block. 3 up. 1, 2, this one. If you could see the way my eyes are popping out of my head right now. I can't do this, man. Hydrate, I'll hydrate. I don't know if that'll save me, but I'll do it. Okay, I did that one already. Possibly by accident. There's something different here. Unless I already did this one. Is it just... Okay. I'm seeing it. Yeah, head to bed if you like. Thank you for sticking around this long, Omniscient Onion, and everybody else that has been here this whole time. We're gonna be here however much long we need to be here, but like I said, I appreciate everyone that's been here. Problem is all the things on the wall have been activated. Cool. Good. Fuck this thing. Enrica thought that the upside down Sudoku was bad. Looks like 4 purple books. Let's go through each of them. Dice. What the? There's nothing written here. Huh? I mean, all the pages are blank. All the other books the same? Let's have a look. Yeah, there's nothing here. This one's blank too. Huh? Something wrong? Is there something in that one? No, the pages are all blank. It's just... Just what? Well, there are some pictures put in between the pages back here. 3 of them, it looks like. We found a picture of a blue die, a picture of a green die, and a picture of a red die. Okay. Fuck off, I hate this. This is the worst. Oh, fuck off, I need the... These are the right spots and numbers again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 2 from the 1 up from the bottom. Needs to be a 1. No, get back in there. It was 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. So this spot, but I need to be a 1. Keep doing this eventually. It won't become a 1 eventually. There we go, okay. 2 up and 1 over from that needs to be a 5. Okay. Next is the green. Next to the blue needs to be a 6. Okay. And then... Right? It's right here? Yeah, okay. And then 2 up and 1 over again needs to be a 2. So, get out of here, red. Okay. And then... Okay, I thought that was in the same space as the blue. That's in between the blue and the green needs to be a red 3. Okay. And then the final red is below the green there, and it's a 4. Okay. That should be right. If I hit back and it undoes this, I'm gonna scream. To have to be the direction too? Oh man. So like for the 6 it needs to be that way? It's only the 6 I think that matters with. Oh my god. Really? Okay, Oop. Alright, that's the 1. Right, that's what it was. Yeah, and then this is the 5. I feel like I for sure did not have the patience for this 10 years ago. No. Yeah, I need this green out of here. Red. That's not correct. Retry. What did I do to get this here? That's not right. No. Oh. Alright, there. It's very possible I'm going to break mentally. Alright. Is that where we need to be? No, but I'm gonna leave you there for now. That's okay, that should be right. Yeah. But is that the right position? Oop, not that. Yes, that is the right position, okay. This needs to be here where this red one is, right? Yes. Out of my way. Is that the right way for the 2? It is, okay. This all has to be right, okay. The blues are easy. Well, that blue was. Let's see. Okay. Oh, wait. No, I... like, opposite of that. How do I fix this? This isn't gonna fix this ever. That's the... I need these 2 switched. No, I don't. That is correct. Okay. This is incorrect. 2, 4. Is that one correct? That one's correct. 3 and 1. 3 on the... Okay, and then 2 up. That's right, right? Okay. I think that is actually correct. I believe that is correct. Okay. And this last one, 3, 2, 6. But I need it here, right? Yeah. I'm gonna move this out of the way a little bit. 4 on top. No. No, 3 on top, 2, 6. Okay. Need the 6 to face that way. Okay, no, that's not gonna work. Yes, okay, that's it, right? Is it? Oh my god, no. Don't, no, this is right. This is right, you stop it. You stop it, video game. It's 3, 2, 6. That's correct. Two, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. Two, 3. 2, 3, 1. 4, 1, 5. 4, 1, 5. The topmost red die of the 4 and 2. 4, 2, 1. It's in the wrong spot, though. That's not where it needs to be. It needs to be here. It needs to be this bit here. No. I want it stated, this is like the worst thing ever. It is reminding me of block swords though, and I did like block swords. It's not right though. It's still not right. How did I end up in the same thing? That's just gonna be the same every time. How am I back here? How do I keep getting back to the 6? How do I manage to do this? I need the 1 to not be here. I need it to be here. But I need... Fuck me. How do I get it back to the 6 every time? We're going on a journey. We're going on a journey. We're going around the world. And if I end up back with that 6 pointed there... I'm breaking. I will not have to retry. This will be correct. Eventually. I mean, genuinely, like, eventually I'll get it. There's no way, like, I wouldn't have to retry to get it. I did it! I don't know how I did it, but I did it. Ha! Got it! I had a feeling you could do it. Good job. Have a look at this. Hey, it opened. Okay. I'll come back to you. I think I've seen something like this before. Oh, you mean one of these exercise machines where you twist your hips around? No, I don't think so. This doesn't look like a fitness machine to me. Kind of ruins it when you take it so seriously. This is damn it, I can't remember. It's a hologram machine. Screen, huh? There's nothing on it. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't do anything when I touch it. How do we turn it on? Hell if I know. I don't see a button or a card slot or anything. Not a lot we can do to turn it on. Might as well leave it for now. Darts. Are those missiles? They're darts. Look over here. I think it's a green memory card. Can't get it out though. The glass is covering it. I think we get some darts though. Okay, I'll grab a couple. Dart. A bunch of tiny sidewinders, huh? You know, the ones they mount on the underside of fighter planes. These aren't missiles. They're darts. Alright, okay, here's my hint. Looks like the scoreboard. This is a scoreboard for the dartboard. Okay. So first a green, second a blue, or yeah, blue, third a red. Do I have to still equal 91? Fuck, I'll have to do goddamn math if that's so. Alright, let's just try the dartboard. I remember seeing this before. Come on, who hasn't seen a dartboard before? No, that's not what I meant. I feel like I've seen it somewhere in the building before. It's just, this dartboard is different from a normal dartboard, you know? Let's try it out. What do you mean try it out? Isn't it obvious? There's only two ways to use a dartboard. Either you use it to hold the pizza, or you throw your darts at it. You've got some darts, don't you, Sigma? Maybe you could try throwing them. Oh, score of 100 to win. However, the first dart must land... Okay. Okay, yeah, it's just telling me. That's weird. I could have sworn I'd seen darts before somewhere. Whatever. Time for some darts! Okay. So. 8, 13, 11, 8, 14, 8. I hope this is a 9, 7. I think it's a 6 though. No, because these are from the outside, so that's gonna be a 9. Alright, so bring the calculator back up. 8 times 2, I don't need that for 16. Times 3 is 24. 18, 14, 16, 24, 16, 24, 28, 22, 26, 9 times 3 is 27, pretty sure this is 21, but I'm going to do it anyway. 7 times 3 is indeed 21. 14, nope, not 15. 14 times 3 is 42. The answer to life, the universe, and everything. If that's not part of the answer, I'll be upset. 11 times 3 is going to be 33. And then 13 times 3 is 39. So it's green, blue, red. So let's say 42 plus, what's the highest digit a blue is 28. 28 is gonna be not the right answer, but you know. 42 plus 28 equals 70. But yeah, there's no 30 on here. Okay. Huh. Let's see. But why wouldn't I take the highest number? Yeah. So 100 minus, let's say 39, minus the highest blue is still 28. That leaves 33. And there's a 33. Okay. So it's this one, 28, this one, this one. Right? Is that one? Yeah. Yay! Ha! Piece of cake! See that? My dart skills are undeniable! Yeah, I saw it quite clearly. It was very nice. Do you really think you understand the whole 2 meters and 37 centimeters away from the dartboard, though? I'm a fair man. My high school voted me most likely to be a judge, you know. Okay. That's great and all, but look. See the display case? It's open. Great. Now we can use the green memory card. We're gonna have to pull the stops on this job. It's like you're in a heist movie. Should I have worn a cat suit? Ugh. I think I just threw up a little. Besides, everybody in a heist movie wears a sweet suit. Okay. I feel like, I mean, he means like a regular suit, but I feel like that, I don't know, the script just doesn't really land. I'm just gonna screenshot you. Now, this will probably, once again, take me a little bit, because these ones always do. Alright, give me a binder first. Oh, I'm not allowed, I can't have the binder yet. Not every day you see I'm not even sure what to call this, a cabinet? Not every day you see a cabinet like this. It looks like each of the cubbies has something in it. Does it have all of them? Those two do. The one on the left looks like a binder. And on the right, it looks like you got a red memory card. Can't get to them, though. They've got glass doors. Punch through them! Yeah, punch through them. Alright, here goes! Don't! This is reinforced glass. The only thing you're gonna do is break your hand. I have robot arms. Don't underestimate me. Display case. Is this not the puzzle? Oh! This is. Change the correct colors. Change the colors to the correct ones by clicking the hexagons. Huh. I feel like I've done this puzzle somewhere before. Oh well. Doesn't really matter, I guess. Does it have to just... Do I want all red? I mean, I can put the cards into that, but I don't want to until I have all 3. I guess... Yeah, I must just want it all red. Okay. 5 moves. Oh, well. Yeah, that was not what I wanted. Okay. That won't do that. Haha! That was way faster than that should have been. That was way faster than that should have been. I shouldn't have solved that fast. Did I solve it? Yeah, that must be the answer. Look. The glass doors. They're open. Well done. That was some fine work, Sigma. Alright. It's a binder. Let's have a look. There's only a single piece of paper in here. It says Q Chamber Special AB Game. Special AB Game? Oh, these do say AB on them. Red memory card. Okay, nothing special about those. Alright. Hints for the AB Game Q edition. 3 people will definitely choose Ally. 3 people will definitely choose Betray. 1 is a mysterious mirror man. He will always do whatever his opponent does. Okay, so we're simulating a thing. So this is the one I care about. I'm ignoring this right now. We must be the only ones to surpass... So I want only 1 person to get to 9 in this. Okay, 3 people will definitely choose Ally. 3 people will definitely choose Betray. 1 is a mirror man who will do what his opponent does. That's only 8 people. Although, I guess 3, if there's pairs, that could account for that discrepancy. What the heck's this ridiculously huge thing? There's a screen down here. It looks like this is the only part you can actually interact with. But it's dark. There's nothing on it. There's some card slots underneath the screen. They look like the ones you use in the polling machine in the AB room. So that means when you put some memory cards in here, right? It looks like the one you've got in your hand right now. Put red in, put green in, and then put blue in. Would you look at that? Looks like you turned it on. Okay. So we want only us to get a 9 here. Us, A, and B are all pairs consisting of 2 people. C, D, and E are solos. Okay. Us, A, and B are pairs. C and D are solos consisting of a single person. First, move the pairs to the blank areas on the upper left under pair. Next, move the solos. You can move them. Okay. A pair and a solo aligned vertically with the verses. Yeah, okay. It's the AB game. Once an opponent has been selected, the game will begin. Choose the vote for the us pair, either Ally or Betray. The results of your match will be displayed. Okay. I mean, it's actually pretty easy. It would be easy to do this, wouldn't it? So... Let's Betray. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. This is where the puzzle comes in. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, I need to write that down. Okay. Let's do this again. So... Us, A, C, D, E. Why am I writing it like this? A, B, C, D, E. Trying to think of the best way to make this. I need like a 3-way chart, actually. Because there's 3 factors going on here, but... Oh wow, this is terrible. Okay, so first we're gonna hit Betray. So, okay, C alone is Betraying. C is the one... Okay. I think C is the one that is the mirror. Because none of the others are copying what their opponent is doing. A is Betraying. B is Allying. 3 people will definitely choose Ally, 3 will Betray, 1 will do the mirror. Okay. Betray. Ally. Betray. Ally. And then we betrayed. So by this... Yeah, okay. buy this, the mirror will always make it... No, because that's 4 betrays. Never mind. But there will always be 3 betrays because of the mirror. So the way... Let's say I hit betray every time. Actually, wait. Who was the... So we already can't do it. Who did I put as the allies? D and B. So let's put you here. Okay. Yeah. So we need to betray... We need to betray D and B. For that, this is what's important for this one. Yep, yep. Why? Oh, wait. That's... Oh! So, okay. Now I have to... ally... I could just ally with C every time, couldn't I? And then switch these guys around? I need E to be betrayed. Oop. Who are my betrayers? A is a betrayer. So you can go with... you're also betray, though. So yeah. A and E go together. Let's take C again. And we should be the only one to get 9 here. A. Oh, wait. That was the green one, though. No, okay, no, it was blue. I saw green down there. Nice one. Looks like that was the answer. I knew it. Looks like I passed one for the safe. We did it. This is about to get it. This should get us into that safe. Okay. And now the other one might be harder, actually. Although, no, it won't. No, yeah, it will. Alright, so what do I need for this? It was everybody to 6? Probably best not to read the Q secret file. Yeah, oh, until I finish the game? Okay. I will hold on to them then. You know what? That makes sense, because a lot of these have spoiled things. So, strive for 9... Oh, wait. For 9 with 6 cooperators. But they don't all ally. That's gonna be difficult. Strive for 9 with 6 cooperators. How am I gonna do that? For 6. But, okay. 6... There's 2 pairs. The top ones are pairs, right? Yeah, so 6, I only need 2 groups, so who were the ones... B and D always... Okay, so I just need to do this 3 times. Because these guys suck, they always betray. So I just hit ally on this, and D's will hit 9. Every time. D, right? Yeah. It's not 6, all of them. Because this is 2, this is 2, this is 1, this is 1. That total is 6. In. Yeah, okay. See? If you just ally, everything's hunky-dory. Got it. Way to go. Good work. Hey, look, the screen changed color. So, would this be? Could this be? Should this be? Oh, I didn't look at it. Oh, there are different symbols now in different places. Okay. But let's get the file. Let's not forget to get it. But let's... Let me slid out of the wall. What? No. Get me out of here. Just need to plug in the password. Alright. Moon, moon, moon. Easy enough. Good job. You opened it. Huh. Well done. I got an achievement redacted, probably forgetting them all. So I'm not gonna read them, but let's see what the titles of them are. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I can understand why we're not reading these. And then... Star, Sun, Star. Ba-ba-da-bum! Completed! Oh, that looks like Excelsior. Yes, it's open. Okay then, let's see what's in here. First off, two star key cards. We can use them to play the A. No, that's not your voice. We can use them to play the AB game as many times as we want. Hold on, those keys are important, but look at this. A consummate collection is the achievement I just got. Excelsior! The Radical 6 cure! Oh, thank goodness. I don't know what to say. Quark is going to be okay. Is he crying? Alright, let's get out of here. I need to get this stuff to Quark and Alice. Yeah, you're right. This key should do the trick. Let's get to moving. We need to duplicate that, though, don't we? Because, like, there are 6 of us. Or, excuse me, all of us have it. Alright, out we go. No, I don't care about- No, please. Please, just let me out of here. The door's locked. It says lock. You guys ready? All set here. Go for it. Alright, 3, 2, 1. 2, 3. Stop that! Jeez. One more time. 3, 2, 1. You found it! I just got 2 achievements. One is a gold achievement, escapes, and the other was Doctor of something.
It opened.
We should get back to the Floor A warehouse then.
Hey, wait. Did you guys hear something?
What?
I really thought it was because this was on that the sound effect went off. You didn't hear it? It came from over there. Sounds like something turning on. This is gonna be... No? Maybe. This one might be the one that I need Akane's password for. See? I told you. The screen wasn't on before.
Guess it was set to turn on when we opened the door.
It looks like an authentication screen. I think we need to put in an ID and a password.
Yeah, but what?
This was when I noticed the illustration. The lion is eating the sun. The lion is eating the sun. The lion is eating the... Is it still gonna be the one from before? And Tomori remembered death if the 9th lion ate the sun. No, yeah, this is gonna be Akane. Because it's showing me all the things, which is like 0. It is your hint here. It's Kurashiki, and then the password is Jumpy Doll. Oh, of course. This was the real 9th lion. But if that was the case... Memento mori. Remember death. Memento mori. Remember death. Memento mori. Remember. These are not hints. So I think this should be Kurashiki. And then this should be Jumpy Doll. Yeah, okay. Accepted! Didn't work last time, so it had to be.
Sigma! Look!
You're...
Akane.
Oh, you're...
Her name is Akane Kurashiki. I've been looking for her for a very long time.
He walked towards her. Slowly, carefully, almost as if he was afraid of scaring her away, he reached out.
She's a hologram.
Tenmyoji squeezed his eyes shut.
Akane.
He closed his hand around empty air and let it fall to his side. There was a moment of sad silence, and then she began to speak.
I see you finally arrived. I've been waiting for you. Well, I suppose that's slightly inaccurate. What you see now is a holographic message I recorded before you came here. Unfortunately, this means I will not be able to answer your questions, at least not directly. I hope you will understand. Now, where to begin? You probably have a great many questions.
I think I've answered most of them.
What day is it?
That one's helpful.
Where are we?
We're like several years into the future. I know where we are, technically.
Zero. And what does he have to do with
I also
Akane
think I know that.
Kurashiki? But I imagine there is one question that rises above all the others. Why were we brought here?
That's a good one.
The answer to that is simple. Everything that has happened here is part of our plan. All of this was required for the success of the AB project. I assume
The
you
antibody
heard
project.
now, at least. In any event, you were all needed in order to execute our plan. The nonary game was necessary for the same reason.
I would like her voice to be a little bit louder and not be overpowered by the music.
Your question now, I imagine, is just what is this AB project? The answer to that is also simple. Allow me to explain. We created the AB project for one purpose.
To save the world.
To transport the consciousnesses of two
Yeah, okay.
people into the past. Those two
Oh,
people are
yes.
you,
Yes,
Zero,
okay.
and you,
Not
Phi.
further in... No, because Junpei and Akane are older, I have to be right. I was thinking, like, wait, have I been wrong in my assumption and we're in the present, people from the past were taken? But no, we know we're in the future because everything's wiped out in Junpei and Akane. Right, yeah. So, because we want to send Sigma and Phi back. What do you mean the past? The moment the words were out of my mouth, I realized no one there could answer my question. Not Phi, not Tenmyoji, and certainly not a pre-recorded hologram.
Have you figured out what this room is? I assume you saw the Q on the door.
Junpei's like, fucking assholes.
It stands for quantum.
Oh, okay. Did it stand for quantum in the first game?
That makes this the quantum room.
Took me a moment to realize she changed subjects without even pausing. There was nothing we could do, of course, but I still felt a twinge of frustration.
Take a look at the rear of the room. Do you see that large enclosure? That houses our quantum computer.
Okay.
The systems that control this entire facility run on that machine. That includes the construct you refer to as Zero Jr., as well as the golems. All of them do their thinking in that box.
Okay, so this is the main computer.
Isn't that strange, though? It seems contrary to how we perceive the world.
Does it?
The body. The thing
Oh,
that
I
you
don't care.
see and interact
We've been over
with
that.
is somewhere else. But the mind and all its thoughts are in this box.
But she's gonna say how that's comparable to what's happening with Sigma and Phi.
Perhaps it isn't so strange, though. Perhaps humans are the same, with our minds and thoughts existing separate from our bodies. Our core is in our head, of course. We all have individual brains, think individual thoughts, and act according to individual wills. That makes communication difficult, though. So, we're forced to rely on inefficient mediums, like language, photographs, nonverbal cues, etc., to transmit information.
Okay, you're beating around the bush a little bit.
Each one of us is an individual, and we have no direct connection to anyone else.
Technically that is true,
Is
but
that
not really.
True. In the dimensions we are most familiar with, yes, it is. If we look at things from another higher
Oh
dimension,
god, I don't remember what it was, but I remember this coming up as a thing at some point.
we may all be connected after all.
The termite mound or whatever.
Like the branches of a tree or a rhizome. Imagine a But this isn't the case. If you
Right.
expand your
Oh, it's now it's the
system in 3
the
dimensions,
multicolored
instead of only 2,
tree root plant that we used in one of the roots.
all the roots join together at the trunk. In 2 dimensions, they appear to be separate. But if you look at the roots from a 3rd higher dimension, you see.
So this actually does make sense because when it comes to dimensionality, the 4th dimension is time. And it is theorized, Neil deGrasse Tyson has a really good talk about this, that if you were able to exist in a 4th dimensional plane, you can move through time the same as 3-dimensional people move through space. So this actually isn't, all the stuff here isn't actually like total bullshit. There is some scientific backing to it.
Things that might appear to be separate from one another in 3 dimensions could be connected to one another if you look at them in 4 dimensions. Doesn't that at least seem like it could be a possibility? I believe that is how human consciousness actually works. Well, I'm not the only one, I suppose.
And I understand why she would believe that, given that her experience as a child was viewing things into the future.
Zero and I share that belief.
Morphogenetic field theory.
Yeah, okay. Tenmyoji mumbled something that sounded like nonsense. I opened my mouth to ask him what he meant, but Akane was already talking again.
Now, when I talk about a 4th dimension, I'm referring to the 4th dimension used in Minkowski space-time.
Let's go read about that. A way of describing reality that adds a 4th dimension to the time to the 3 dimensions of space. Yep, okay. It was described by German mathematician Hermann Minkowski and therefore bears his name. It's also the name of a ski resort for miniature cows.
Let's start with a single dimension, where all that exists is a point. Connect points to one another.
I love when I, like, go to say something and then, like, a minute later the game explains it.
In one dimension, the only surface you can create is that, a line.
Yeah, I heard about this from listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson a while ago.
But move to 2 dimensions and create more lines, and you can create shapes. These are 2-dimensional surfaces. Move up to 3 dimensions, and you can connect these shapes to one another and form 3-dimensional objects. Now you have a 3-dimensional surface, which encompasses a volume of space. Connect 3-dimensional objects to one another, and you form a 4-dimensional object, which encompasses a volume of both space and time.
We can't really perceive this because of what humans are, at least yet. Because that's why, like, this just looks like more 3-dimension, right? But there is a level of things that would add another dimensionality.
It is on that 4th dimensional axis that our minds
But also, like, we don't know how to,
are
like,
created.
graph time. We can't comprehend things outside of a 3-dimensional aspect.
If that was true, then what would prevent anyone from sending their consciousness backward or forward in time? That theory is the foundation of the AB project. The A represents
Oh my
after,
god.
and the B represents
Really? That's what the name is? That's stupid. You couldn't have come up with a better name. Come on, guys.
It probably sounds silly to you. A ridiculous story made up by a man.
No, I just think the name is terrible.
But look at what's happened to you. You've seen many different worlds and timelines, haven't you, Sigma?
I have.
And what about you, Phi? I know you have too. Am I wrong? Tenmyoji should know what I'm talking about as well.
She knows, yeah, okay, she knows he's
I
here.
believe you experienced something very similar nearly half a century
Okay,
ago.
so it is a lot about, like, it's about 50 years in the future. That was about what I predicted.
You sent your consciousness to the past to help save a little girl's life. It was a long time ago, but perhaps you still remember.
Yeah, of course I do. How could I forget? That little girl was you, Akane.
Suddenly it felt like Vi and I were outsiders, trespassing on something we had no right to see. Tenmyoji's face was taut with emotions as he looked into Akane's eyes. It seemed almost like she was looking back at him.
Now, unfortunately, my time is up. The final stage of the project will begin very soon. I need to go prepare. The next time we meet, I can tell you the rest of the story.
So are you not dead?
So come and find me. I'll be waiting.
Maybe she's not dead in this timeline.
One last thing. The cat in the box. Is it alive or is it dead? Sigma? Vi? You will decide its fate. Goodbye.
Wait! Akane, wait!
Oh, Tenmyoji. I can almost see you. You don't need to worry.
So why did Junpei start going by Tenmyoji is what I want to know. I guess we didn't... Maybe that's just his last name. I don't think we ever... The only name we knew of him was Junpei, right?
Everything is going to be okay. I will see you again one day. I promise. But I'm going to have to ask you to wait.
She must be alive in this route then.
Longer.
She wouldn't pull the strings like this, and in the other one she knew she was gonna die.
Wait! Akane!
And then she was gone. Tenmyoji collapsed to his knees, his back hunched and shaking. I saw tears land on the white-knuckled fists he pressed against his thighs. I kept quiet. What was there to say? Vi and I looked at one another and nodded silently. With a shaking hand, Tenmyoji pulled a photograph out of his pocket. It was a picture of a girl. After all that we'd been through, her smile was enough to break your heart. Yeah, wow. Okay, this hasn't been moved. Look at it all the way over there. We made our way to the warehouse on floor A and met up with the others. It took only a few minutes to decide to head to the infirmary. As soon as we arrived, we began to treat Alice and Quark for Radical 6. What about the rest of us? I mean, they're the only ones that have, like, actively been, dealing with it throughout the game, but at least Sigma has shown signs of it. And there was that one route where everybody died. I gave Luna the accelereator that I'd found in the Q room. She quickly prepared it and... injected Alice and Quark.
Thank goodness. It will take some time for them to recover completely, but they should be fine.
Good.
Indeed.
Thank you, Luna. And thanks for finding the medicine, you guys. Thank you so much.
Don't sweat it.
No need to thank us.
Tenmyoji said nothing, just walked over to Quark's unconscious body. He took the small boy's hand in his own and held it tight. I could see tears in the corners of corners of his eyes as he turned away from us. Suddenly I remembered. Dio. Where'd he gone? It didn't take me long to find him. He was sprawled, unconscious, on the floor beneath the sink. Handcuffs.
Oh, we found those in the crew quarters. Before you returned, we went to check on the bomb in room 2, and we found them there. Of course, the bomb was indeed turned off. Thank you again for dealing with them. You are, quite literally, lifesavers. You have my eternal gratitude.
I coughed awkwardly and looked pointedly around the room. I glanced over at Fi to see she was doing the same thing. To be fair, you guys had to die a few times for us to find the solutions there. So I don't know if it counts. After that, we headed back to the floor A warehouse to play the AB game, specifically me, Fi, Kay, and Luna. Clover and Tenmyoji decided to remain in the infirmary just in case something happened with Alice, Quark, or Dio. Luna would represent Clover's team. With Quark and Dio sleeping, Kay would represent their team by default. Yeah, okay. Which left me, Fi, and Tenmyoji. You should vote.
No, I'll let you handle it. I chose Betray in the last round. You probably don't trust me right now.
What? That doesn't matter now.
Excuse me, I apologize for interrupting, but I think you should be the one to vote in the next round fight.
Why?
You already have 9 BP. There's no reason for you to choose Betray now, you see?
Hey, you're acting like I might actually try and betray her.
Not necessarily.
What does it matter what he's suggesting? We're almost there. We just have to play the A-B game 3 more times. Then we can all get 9 points. But that means each representative has to choose ally all 3 times.
I mean, theoretically, if Phi gets enough points, you can do betray on her. Cause like by this point, like you could do betray here, and you'd be fine. Same with like, I think all of these. Once you're above 10, you can betray and it would be fine. This works.
Okay, I'll vote. You sure you're alright with this, Sigma?
Yeah, I trust you. I handed her the star key.
Shall we open the doors?
I guess it's the like symbolicness of it, right? Everybody's just gonna ally enough times.
An ambidextrous 40.
Oh, right. We have to wait for the deadline.
Oh, well, we could vote earlier, but then each voter would be stuck inside the AB room for 45 minutes.
Okay, let's go back to the infirmary then.
I agree. Please, lead the way.
Luna and Kay set off towards the yellow door. I was about to follow when...
Hold on. I just remembered something.
What?
The AB room on the left, in one of the other histories, she...
Oh, yeah. You're right. Akane's body was in there. What does this mean? Why didn't we find her body this time?
Maybe because she wasn't murdered.
But how? When did history change?
Do you remember what Akane said?
The cat in the box. Is it alive or is it dead, Sigma? Phi. You will decide its fate.
Schrodinger's cat thing.
Exactly.
I guess she's Schrodinger's cat in this example? I wonder what she meant about us deciding
Perhaps she
its
was
fate.
saying her own fate wasn't decided yet. The history where she's alive and the history where she's murdered are both real right now.
What? No, that's impossible. We've already opened the box. We opened the door to this AB room and there was no body.
No, we haven't opened the box. We haven't found a body. But we haven't found her alive yet either. In other words, we haven't actually observed her. The hologram was a recording from before this game started.
The next time we meet, I can tell you the
Have we
rest
been to
of
the treatment center in this timeline? That would have to be where she is.
So come and find me.
That's the only way she wouldn't be dead here.
I'll be waiting.
Where was Akane now? Where was she waiting for us? Or what if she wasn't anywhere now? What if she was waiting for us in another timeline? There's no timeline left. There's no timeline. Wow, look how far down we are. Or what if she was waiting for us in the past? Was that even possible? If she was, what would that mean? To be continued. A new destination has been added to the flowchart. What the fuck? What the fuck? Why is it before? Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Damn it. Oh. Feels like my head's gonna explode. Wait. Where the hell am I? The very start of the game? Looks like an elevator,
No,
but...
this is one of the AB rooms.
Gah! Who the hell are you? What the hell's an AB room?
Damn. I guess you did lose your memory after all.
Memory? Memory? So are we setting the superposition here? Then we're gonna go back here? I remember! You're Fi! She grinned.
Check
When
your
is
bracelet.
this? It's a red pair. BPU 3.
Mine's the same.
Does this mean this is the beginning of the game? We've gone back to when we first woke up in the AP room?
No. I think we woke up a little earlier this time. Push
How
the
do you know?
buttons on the side of your bracelet.
2 hours. 15 minutes.
We didn't wake up this long before the primary doors opened last time. I think we're about an hour early.
Wait a minute. If you're right.
Yeah, Akane might still be alive.
Dio. Dio! Okay. So now it makes sense. So these routes are from when we woke up here. This route is technically from when we woke up here.
We got back before Dio killed her. I think.
And that's why it's able to be different. Because I'd mentioned earlier, like, this was the earliest. They couldn't have been... You couldn't have changed it here because I couldn't go back further. But now we can go back further. Then...
Right. We're here for one reason.
Please don't make me do this puzzle. I don't know that I have notes on it. Stop her from getting killed.
Exactly.
Although I think I remember some of the stuff at least. Yeah, I hadn't started taking notes yet. Let's move. We need to get out of here
Don't need to
fast.
tell me twice. Let's go.
Seek a way out. God damn it, I have to do this puzzle again. Okay, there is no special though. You I know are like, oh no, I want the heck in these buttons. Oh, heck off. We don't need that. This is our past, remember? That means we're just repeating history. See what I'm getting at? The password for the safe should be the same one we got earlier. Oh. Oh, okay. That makes this easy. Thank you, Fi. What? No. Password. I'm gonna put in this one first. It's not gonna give me something, but I'm gonna do it. Sunsar Star. Ba-da-bum. Okay, opened it. No, that's the wrong password. We need the other one. We need the other one to get the key. Well, don't be so pushy. Sun, Moon, Sun. Is that better, Fi? Are you happy now, Miss Sassy Boots? There, it's open. Good work. Hurry up and grab the cracker. Cracker? Ah, damn, I mean key. How in the hell? Just shut up and do it. No, shut up. I don't remember where to put it. Alright, let's put the key here. For God's sake, just do it already. Don't need to yell. Alright. Good. Looks like that worked. Button. Ready, Fi? What do you think? I know. I don't need to ask every time, right? Why the hell are you asking? Hurry up and... Right. I know where I'm going. 10, 9, 8, 1. Done. Hey, you pushed the button. Bite me. You were taking too long. We're on a schedule here. Ugh. You found it. Fi and I climbed up through the hatch and out of the top of the AB room. It took us only a moment to spot them. Akane! Behind her was Dio. He was moving quickly and quietly, a knife grabbed in his right hand. Shit! There was no time to yell to her. I scrambled down from the top of the AB room, and Fi super jumped. Oh, never mind. Fi wasn't following me. When I looked back, she was still standing on the roof. Fi! What the hell are you... I thought you said there was no time to yell. Get down here and... Before I could finish, she moved. She ran across the roof, launched herself into the air, and super jumped. Yeah, get him! Oh, finally! Finally, the super kick drop kick. What the?
He's fine. Just unconscious.
I bent down and held my fingers in front of his mouth. He was still breathing.
I don't think he saw me. He probably has no idea what happened to him.
Guy went down like a sack of potatoes.
He had it coming.
I heard footsteps come to a stop right in front of us. I looked up.
So you came. I've been waiting for you. You're here to hear the rest, right?
Wait. Just wait a minute. What the hell is your deal? How can you be so calm? If we hadn't shown up just now, you'd...
Have been stabbed in the heart by this young man and died. Yes. Although, that reminds me, I haven't thanked you yet. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate you saving me.
What?
Hold on. How do you know about being stabbed by Dio? Are you an Esper too?
Yes, indeed I am. I am able to jump through
Okay.
time, just like you.
So it is jumping, it's not just connecting. She and Junpei must, in 999, have just had, like, the basic level of it. What the hell were you thinking? If you knew he was going to stab you, why were you going to let him do it?
Because I had to.
You what?
Think back. Why are you here? If I hadn't been killed by Dio, no one else would have been murdered. Consequently, your own abilities would never have
Right, because the morphinogenic field needs danger to, like, activate.
I did explain, didn't I? The purpose of the AB project was to send the two of you to the past. Or your minds, at least. In order for that to happen, some death was necessary.
Says it so casually.
When a human brain is faced with danger, its processing speed increases. Information is processed more quickly.
It's the opposite of
And
Radical 6.
time almost seems to slow. A few seconds can feel like an eternity. Unfortunately, that in itself isn't enough to send oneself through time. The amplitude of the consciousness is simply too small. In order to increase the amplitude, we need to slow down the brain before the increase happens.
So we need Radical 6? You need to slow it down to speed it up?
It's a little like a slingshot. You pull back on the rubber band and then let go. The potential energy you stored in the band is released and converted into kinetic energy. That's what fires the bullet out of the slingshot.
By slowing it down, you add more ability to increase, thus making it stronger.
Now, while a slingshot can only fire in one direction, your mind isn't similarly limited. When the bullet of your consciousness is fired from the slingshot of your brain, it travels past the three-dimensional world and into the four-dimensional one. From that perspective, time is no longer fixed. In other words, you can travel to the future, the past, whenever you like. Your consciousness has been released from the three-dimensional cage. In order for that to happen, I had to infect you with Radical 6.
Right. Whoa. What?
We're infected with Radical 6?
Yes. Don't you remember, Sigma? Luna should have told you about it in another timeline.
She did.
Are infecting all?
Every single one of you has been infected.
I wonder, have we all been Radical 6'd the entire time, but because everyone is Radical 6'd, everyone seems to be going at the same speed, but Alice and Quark had it worse, and that was why they eventually went further into it. Because everybody had mentioned their body not feeling right.
Well, apart from Luna, of course.
And all the, like, robots and stuff could just be slowed down to match what their processing speed now is.
Unfortunately, it was necessary. We needed to slow your minds in order to store up your potential energy. Then we provided a dire situation that would accelerate your processing speed. The result is what you are now experiencing. Your consciousness now occupies four-dimensional space-time. Even that, however, wasn't enough. You had the ability to travel, but your memories could easily be lost.
Right, that happened a
during
lot.
the trip.
I seem to retain them better, but once we remembered, we, like, recalled more.
If the project was to succeed, you had to be able to retain everything you learned in each reality. That was the reason you were forced to jump so many times. With each jump, your ability to remember improved. Eventually, you would be able to retain everything. That is why we made you play the A-B game. That was why you had to select different chromatic doors. By forcing specific choices, we could cause you to make more jumps.
I had done it with the same, like, digital root stuff, but I get it. I think I finally understand. Well, okay, there are a lot of things I don't understand, but all of what you just told me makes sense. You did all of this so that Fi and I could jump through four-dimensional space with our memories intact.
Yes.
Right? But why did you need us to do that? People have died for this. I mean, let's count how many different ways people died. Murder, antimatter explosion, suicide. I've died. So has Fi. So have you. So why would you do all this? What does it matter that Fi and I jumped through time?
Haven't I told you?
No, not really.
Death was unavoidable.
Okay, you told me that part, yeah, but
You were
why?
all destined to die. Sacrifices had to be made for the sake of the project.
I already know all that. What I'm asking you is why? What is so goddamn important that's worth all this?
Ah, I'm sure you'll figure it out
No,
eventually.
tell me.
What? Just when is eventually?
In a future not very far from now.
Bullshit! That's not good enough. Why can't you tell us now? Instead of answering, Akane knelt down next to Dio, picked up his knife off the floor.
I'm going to keep this with me.
Don't change the subject.
But it's almost time.
What are you talking about? We've got plenty of time.
No. In a few moments, you'll return to the original timeline.
Why? What?
This is the way it has to be. Don't fight it. Logomorph.
Okay. Logomorph. Scientific name for the order to which rabbits belong, and Zero the Third's actual name. Okay.
Yes.
Logomorph?
You call him Zero Jr. His official designation is Logomorph. Logomorph, this is an order. Unlock my bracelet.
Compliance.
Yeah, okay, so Zero can just do that.
Now, everything is in place.
Yeah, okay, and so this is what leads to this timeline.
I have put the bracelet onto Dio. All we have to do is place his body in the 5th AB room, the second one from the right.
That's the one Quark is in, right?
Correct. I will move him. I will also put your bodies back into the 3rd AB room. Once that's done,
It's really
I will
funny
reset its puzzle to an unsolved state.
that what is technically the final timeline was the first one that I did. Why do you need to do all that?
To recreate the history that you remember. Your consciousness is about to leave your body and return to the future.
Why?
Your body will be emptied, and your other consciousness will jump back in. If your bodies aren't back in the third AB room by then, it would be bad.
So you're saying some version of us is going to wake up in that room and repeat the same history again? Well, I guess this could actually be our second or third time.
You are exactly correct. Lastly, I'm going to leave this with you.
She paused and pulled something out of her pocket. It was a small key attached to a string.
I'll tie it onto your ankle so that you won't lose it. All right, Sigma?
And he never noticed this the whole time? What's it say on there?
Tu fui ego eris.
I know what this is. Someone said this in this. Hold on. Do I have a... I think I have a... I'm sure she's just gonna say it, but I think I have a... one of these that was that. No? No, I guess not. Okay.
It's Latin. It means, what you are, I was. What I am, you will be.
I guess the gentleman points did already come up, because they didn't come up this stream. That must have been a Dio thing, because I don't remember it.
Yes.
What am I supposed to do with it?
It will help you meet someone who's very important.
0. What?
Go. Return to the future. You won't be alone. I will be at your side, watching over you. Now hurry.
Wait! I still... I thought it was just gonna be one of everyone. To be continued, back to where we previously were continuing. Oh. Ally. Why are we waking up?
Looks like you're awake.
Is this the infirmary?
Why are we here?
Do you know what happened at the AB gate?
Kay and I went back to the infirmary, but
We waited and waited, and the two of you never returned.
so we went to the warehouse to check on you.
We found you passed out in front of the AB rooms.
Kay and I hurried back here with you.
I looked over at Fi and met her eyes. Do you remember what happened just now?
You mean what happened a long time ago?
Yeah. You got him pretty good, huh?
Huh. Yeah, I remember all right.
Hey, what are you guys talking about?
Quark!
What am I? Chopped liver?
Palace!
Back among the conscious and not psychotic, huh?
Yeah, thanks.
Grandpa told me what you did. Thanks for finding the medicine.
You're
for us.
welcome. No problem. On a day's work. Although, I wouldn't mind a little swimsuit action. She's wearing less than a swimsuit.
Really grabbing at straws here, aren't you?
Hey, I wasn't talking to Quark. I was off for
Not
Alice.
really my point.
Whatever. Forget about that. Now that you guys are awake, all we gotta do is open the number 9 door.
What are you talking about?
Look at your bracelet.
It says 10. I have 10 BP.
I've got 15 BP. That means I got 6 more points while I was out.
But how?
You've been asleep for more than 2 hours. We've played the AB game 3 times.
3 times?
Yes, of course, the color and group assignments were shuffled around each time. But no matter who voted, everyone chose Ally.
Yay!
And now all of us have enough to leave.
Yeah, the game was always set up for everyone to be able to get out. The fact that you can do it multiple times once you get these cards, like, there was no reason to ever betray. I'm stunned. How would everyone cooperate long enough to raise all of our BP pencils? Because it doesn't matter. Everybody can hit 9. Was it because Akane hadn't been killed? Without a death to start things off, maybe we'd been less suspicious of one another. Of course, the bombs have had something to do with it. Could the bombs have had something to do with it? We'd all joined forces against Dio, and Fi and I had been able to disarm all of them. All of us had banded together against a common enemy and overcome a tremendous threat. Perhaps that had strengthened our bond. Which, I had to admit, would be somewhat ironic. After all, Dio had planted the bomb that forced us all to work together against him. This must have been what Akane was talking about.
Haven't I told you death was unavoidable? Sacrifices had to be made for the sake of the project.
Come on, let's go! Let's open the door and get out of here!
Wait. What about him? After some discussion, we decided to leave Dio behind. Alice was the only holdout. She'd complained about wanting to take him back to her superiors, but after I mentioned they'd come back to investigate after we escaped and deal with Dio then, she reluctantly complied.
Alright,
I mean, they're also not going to be there. You guys are in the future.
let's get going.
So Akane and Jumpy get to meet each other again now, right? Everybody ready? I'm gonna open it.
Yes, just get on with it.
Everyone else swallowed and nodded. I grabbed the lever and pulled it down. Ding ding.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Alright, everybody, let's move. Jingle jangle. I didn't need to tell them twice. The room inside was clearly a loading elevator. It looked sort of like a large plate on top of a huge pedestal. We ran to the center of the plate and turned around. The number 9 door stood wide open.
2, 1, 0.
0.
The number 9 door is closing.
Pew! Hey, escape's not possible. Hurry up.
When this thing as the
So where are we gonna use this key? Last time we got out here, there wasn't, they didn't mention a door or something that was locked.
Looks like we did it.
Yes, we should keep moving.
Beyond the door was a wide hallway that ended in a very solid wall. To the left, we found a very familiar looking door. We pushed it open and went in. The pressure exchange chamber.
You know what this place is?
Yeah, sort of. This whole facility is pressurized, apparently. I think the idea is to keep the air outside, and consequently the virus from getting inside. That means that if we want to get out, we have to decompress to match the outside air pressure. This room here is where you prepare for going into the actual pressure exchange room. You see those suits along the wall? I figure we need to put those on and head to the decompression room downstairs.
Whoa! Hold on a minute. You're saying the air outside is full of that horrible virus?
Maybe. Yeah, that's what it seems like. Of course, according to Akane, we were already infected with Radical 6, so the whole room seemed a little pointless.
Why? How did all this happen? No, that's not possible.
We've come this far. We can't turn back now. Let's go outside. There's no way to know what's really going on until we do.
All right.
No one else objected. We all donned the protective suits and headed downstairs to the decompression room. As soon as we were all inside, the process began. Through my helmet, I could hear the soft hiss of air being sucked out of the room. We stood there for several minutes waiting for the process to finish. At last it did, and we heard the door begin to open. Beyond it was another decompression chamber. We repeated the process 2 more times before we reached the final door and opened it. The dead, bleak landscape wasn't a surprise for me. I'd seen it before in another timeline. The others hadn't, however, and although I couldn't see their faces through the visor of their helmets, I heard more than a few gasps over the radio. For a few long moments, we just stood there, astonished.
Where the hell are we?
The desert, I guess?
I figured that out. I mean, which one?
I don't know, but I think I know what day it is. Look at the moon. It's red, right? That means today's the total lunar eclipse.
So?
Remember the astronomy magazine in the lounge? Well, the
It's
next eclipse like this was
definitely
gonna be on
wrong.
December 31st, 2028. So,
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight.
Is like somebody finally gonna tell these people that's like it's like 2078?
Are you suggesting we were sleeping for a week after we were abducted?
I think so.
Wherever we were must have been far away from any city. The air was clearer than I'd ever seen. And the stars. The sky was full of them. More stars than I'd ever seen in my life. I could even spot the hazy arm of the Milky Way. But the most striking feature was the moon. It was blood red and massive. Much bigger, in fact, than I remember it being. Then, as I watched, a black spot began to move across its surface. It was hard to see details, but it looked circular. Spot continued to move across the moon, heading for the edge. See, oh, no, never mind. I was gonna say it's the lunar eclipse ending, but no. What's that?
Moon. Well, the moon's shadow, actually.
The moon's shadow? I frowned. That didn't make any sense.
Zero told me to stay quiet. I think he was worried I'd spill the beans on his operation. He said if I didn't toe the line, he wouldn't just kill me. He'd kill Quark, too. And I agreed, like an idiot. And brought Quark with me. Just so I could see
Okay,
him.
so Tenmyoji has had information the whole time.
Such an idiot. So, that being the case, might as well start with this. I meant what I said before. That up there is the moon's shadow.
We are on the moon! What the hell are you saying?
Think about it. If that's the moon's shadow, then what's it falling on?
We are on the moon!
That's Earth.
Why is it red?
It's not the red moon you get from a lunar eclipse. Then again, this isn't a lunar eclipse. It's a solar eclipse. Anybody in the black spot down there is looking up at the moon, covering the sun.
What? No way! If that's the Earth, then where the hell are we? We're on the moon!
This is the lunar surface. We were just inside a moon base. No way. No. You've got to be lying. How do you expect us to believe that? This can't be the moon.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. Besides, if this was the moon, how do you explain the gravity? The moon only has 1/6 of the Earth's gravity. So what's this?
She picked up a rock and dropped it.
See? That looked perfectly normal.
Yes, it looked that way.
Luna.
You were right about the gravity in a way. I was one of the people who knew this wasn't Earth. Well, I suppose I'm not people, if we're being honest, but
Excuse me? What?
please just listen. Alice, you were infected with Radical 6. Then we gave you the Accelavir, which cured you. The Radical 6 isn't completely gone, though.
Okay.
Some of its symptoms stick around for a while.
What symptoms?
Well, Radical 6 can slow down your brain's
So
processing
even
speed.
curing it, we're
Like
all
a
at a
bit of
base level of
1/6.
it.
It can take a while for your brain of our brains have been processing information at a much lower speed. If you evaluated the root of 1/6, you'll get a number close to 0.408. That means our brains are running at something slightly less than half speed. As you said before, the moon's gravity is about 1/6 that of Earth's. The time that it takes for an object to fall is inversely proportional to the square root.
Sure.
The gravity is lower on the moon. That means the time increases. I guess that's a little technical. Let me give you an example.
I get it.
On the moon, I used 40 gravity cons. You could drop something from
I get it.
Does that make sense?
Thing fall fast. It seemed to fall at the same speed because brain goes slow.
So now we've established that on the moon, thing that being the case, well, to them, 2.45, but it's not hypothetical. That's what's been happening to every one of us.
Wait, you're saying that's the reason we didn't notice the weaker gravity?
Are you sure you didn't notice anything? Think back. Huh?
Yeah, everybody's been saying their bodies have been wacky.
Sigmund Phi said something about it in the lounge. About how you felt weird.
It's kind of like my body isn't really mine. I'm sort of floating. Like that.
Seemed insane, but what Luna said made that. Is this why Phi can super jump? In fact, it explains Phi's apparently superhuman strength quite well. Okay. Why hasn't everybody been doing this the whole time?
Wait, this is crazy. That can't possibly be Earth out there. Look at it. I've seen photos of Earth, and it's blue and green and beautiful. That thing is just red.
Before we get into that, I should probably tell you something. This isn't New Year's Eve in 2028. Today is January 27th.
In 29?
No.
Don't tell me. 30?
Still no.
Then just what year is this?
It's 74. 2074.
God damn. No, that's insane. That would mean we were abducted more than 45 years ago.
I don't blame you if you don't believe me, but it's the truth.
How can you be sure?
It's not that hard. Quark and I left Earth on January 23rd, 2074. Solar eclipses are easy to predict. We've known that there'd be one on the 27th for a long time. That's just science. Nobody can change that.
But why is the Earth red?
That's a long story. About 45 years ago, on April 13th, 2029, there were 18 annihilation reactors operating in various parts of the world.
And they all exploded.
On the 13th, all 18 of them went up, all at the same time. The explosion was about 180,000
Oh, no.
times as powerful as the atom bomb they dropped.
What? Why?
I suppose it started a few months before that. The government had a test site for a future Mars mission out in the middle of Nevada.
Right.
On December 31st, 2028, there was an accident.
The start of Radical 6.
Accident doesn't quite convey the right sense of the thing. The point is, Radical 6 claimed its first victims there, then escaped. Didn't take long for it to spread to the rest of the world.
Okay.
Like Luna explained, the virus slows your brain down, but eventually, it also makes you kill yourself. Pretty soon, the
Okay,
bodies
this
start to
symbolism.
pile up.
This was in Sigma's kidnapping.
Some people would take a dive off a building or shoot themselves in the head. You know, the classics. But for some, it was poison, or fire, or asphyxiation, or the noose. Plenty of people jumped in front of trains or cars. One pilot on a passenger airline drove his plane into the ground.
Taking everybody with
Most
him.
forms of transportation ground to a halt pretty fast. That meant food couldn't get distributed. Thousands of people who weren't even infected died from starvation.
Damn.
Everywhere you went, there were just piles of corpses, covered in flies and rats.
This is a
and burrows.
cataclysm, alright.
I don't know what hell's like, but I imagine it's a lot like that.
Oh wow, the color
After
came back for a
while,
second there.
People who managed to avoid getting infected started trying to get in touch with one another. They got a hold of some radios and organized a couple meetings. There was only one thing to discuss, of course. How could they get rid of Radical 6? The answer, they decided, was purification.
Oh no, that's never a good
They
sign.
figured they could just roast the surface of the earth.
That's not-
And it killed the virus off for
That's
good.
not how you do that. That's not how that
On
works.
April 13th in 2029, they put their plan into effect. That plan was to detonate all 18 Annihilation reactors.
This is pretty soon after, we all got kidnapped.
Now the truth is, that's mostly just rumor. Nobody really knows what happened, but I've got my own theories. I think that the bombers had already been infected, and when they died, they took billions with
I
them.
mean, that would make sense with the way the planes happened.
The ultimate if I die, you're coming with me gesture, I suppose. I bet you money they all lost it long before they got to the reactors.
I feel like given what Radical 6 is, that's a lot of, like, premeditation, though.
Killing most of the world, no matter how bad things had gotten, was not a sane plan, even if it wasn't directly responsible. Radical 6 killed most of the people on Earth. Anyway, why it happened isn't that important. The point is, it happened. You ever heard of nuclear winter? Well, that's basically what we got. The explosion threw a ton of crap up into the stratosphere, where it joined up with smoke and ash from all the fires. It blotted out the sun for 7 years. Plants withered and animals died by the millions. The few humans who were left banded together to survive. They were rough times. Eventually, they were over, though. The sky cleared and the sun came back. Plants started blooming again, and the animals that hadn't died out completely began to reappear. Things weren't quite back to normal, though. It's been 45 years now, but there's still quite a bit of dust and ash in the air. That's what you're seeing. You know why a sun sets red? Well, this is the same thing. Blue and green light have short wavelengths, and they scatter when
Right,
they run into
yeah.
debris in the air. Red light, on the other hand, has a longer wavelength.
I also
which
learned
means
this from
it'll
Neil
get a lot
deGrasse
farther when the air's dirty.
Tyson.
So there you are. The Earth looks red because that's the only color of light that can make it through the atmosphere.
Yeah. I was speechless. What could I possibly say? There was no reason for Tenmyoji to lie to us. So we were standing on the moon, looking at the Earth. It was 2074. But why? Why were we there? Why were we then? I was so lost in thought, I barely noticed Fi's approach.
Hey, Sigma. I think I figured something out.
A window popped up inside my helmet with Whisper in the corner. She seemed to be using a circuit only we could hear. Yeah? What is
I
it?
figured out why there's an extra E.
An extra E? Oh, you mean the graffiti?
Yeah, the one on floor B. I think it's an anagram, just like on floor
Well, yeah,
A.
we figured that out. What's Anna say this time?
God damn it, Sigma! Knock it off! Memento mori if the ninth lion ate the sun. If you rearrange the letters, you get the man on the moon rules the infinite time.
That's stupid.
See?
That's stupid.
You need 6 E's to get that, so they stuck an extra one in ninth.
The man on the moon rules the infinite time.
I think it's a message for us from Zero Senior and Akane. Remember what she was telling us?
We created the AB project to transport the conscious.
So, what are you getting at?
My God, you're slow. You don't get it? They're saying we rule the infinite time. Infinite time. They weren't just talking about having us jump a couple hours. I think they're planning to send us back. Way back.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you saying you think they're gonna send us back 45 years?
Yeah. I'd bet on it.
So the ultimate purpose of the AB project is to send us back to the time that Catastrophe Tenmyoji was talking about.
I think so.
That doesn't make sense, though. I mean, we came from that time period. Before it, actually. So why bring us here and then send us back?
Well, Akane should be able to tell us the rest. Let's go pay her a visit.
Do you know where she is?
I've got an idea. Come on, think. Remember what she said when she gave you the key?
Tu fui ego eris.
The grave! The one in the garden! Oh, I totally forgot about that.
What are you waiting for?
Wait, can we go? Can we go back in? We turned and ran back into the pressure exchange chamber. The others following close behind.
What? What are you doing? Did you forget something?
We're going to go have a talk with somebody.
Who?
You really need me to spell it out? The person behind all
You
this.
mean Akane?
What?
I'll take that as a yes. Let me accompany you then.
Wait, why do you know about Akane?
Because he's been here. Like, you should both know this. Or, well, she might have been out by then. He should know this.
I'll tell you when we get there. Now, if you please. I'm coming with you. You folks just said the magic word.
I'm going to then. So am I. Hey, is this Akane you're talking about?
Yeah, you know her real well.
Wait, you're serious? What the hell is going on?
Ah, shut up! Just shut up. Come if you want to. We don't need to do the roll call. Okay, so they now have figured that out. I'm gonna read the Tenmyoji and Alice. When they were split up at the red... Oh, these are different than I even thought. When they were split up at the red, blue, and green chromatic doors, Tenmyoji told Alice that there was something that he had to tell her. That something was, of course, his identity, and that he already knew all about Alice and Ice 9, and not because he'd heard about it from Clover. When Tenmyoji and Clover. Right! Because he called her All Ice, like, way back! I forgot about that. After the second round of the A-B game, after going through the purple and green doors, Clover, as a solo, was heard to say the following to Tenmyoji, her opponent. What the heck did you mean with all that? It's not fair. If you're telling the truth, then... So what had Tenmyoji said to her? The same thing he'd meant to say to Alice, of course. He told her who he was. That simple fact shook Clover's resolve, and made her vote ally. Probably hadn't been his original intention to betray her, but after thinking about Quark's safety, he'd probably felt he had no choice but to pick betray. So, and, okay, this is gonna still be, yeah. The activation passwords are just gonna be... Here's a little something more about the bomb deactivation passwords. Those passwords, they aren't just gibberish. There's something hidden in each one. Can only give you one hint plus one. Good luck. There's a lot more to that story, but I think we'll stop the secret archives here. Oh, man. And then the mystery of Phi. So who was Phi? There are a few clues scattered throughout the story, but nothing conclusive. Perhaps the truth would be revealed at the Nevada test site. Okay, because yeah, this is the Phi ending. Something hidden in each one. I can only give you one hint plus one. They all decrypt into something, which I figured because similar letters kept popping up. What does plus one mean? Alright, let's just keep going. Once we get there, Akane can explain everything. With that, we headed back through the airlock. I'm surprised we're able to go back in. Fun fact about the reactor explosions. Yeah, what about them? The date they happen was chosen specifically. What doomsday theory happens on April 13th, 2029?
Ah, clever.
Tell me.
The number 9 door on floor A is shut forever once the game ends. Assuming Zero Jr. was telling the truth, of course. But the door on floor B...
Right, the other one!
Yeah. Thought we might be able to take the lift to it. And it looks like I was right.
Any idea where Akane might be?
Yeah, the grave.
Wait, you mean the grave in the garden?
Yeah, don't worry. I don't think she's buried or anything. Chances are she's alive. Expected near miss by 99942 Apophis. Oh! From the source, which is... Okay. Interesting. Chances are she's alive, just in the grave. Anyway, let's move. Apparently the decrypted passwords are brother, crash keys, free the soul, and Myrmidons. Which apparently Myrmidons is clay dolls in Japanese. Crash keys, I still don't know what that one is. So I guess we'll find out soon? There must be like one piece of information. I don't know, maybe that's like the organization Zero and Akane are part of. That's the only thing that could possibly be left.
Is Akane really under here?
I think so. She's probably technically under here.
What should we do? Are we gonna dig her out?
No, I don't think we'll have to do anything like that. You see the keyhole in the grave? If I just insert this here... I pulled the key off my ankle and fitted it into the hole. I twisted it to the right until I heard something unlock. With a quiet grinding, the grave began to shift. Oh, or it can do that.
What is this? It doesn't look like a coffin.
Yeah, it's a treatment pod.
There was a fourth pod then. Okay. We could all just be from the past then. Maybe my clone robot theory was just wrong, I guess. But this is information I didn't have. Nox would yell at you, author.
Oh my god.
It is, isn't it?
The glass on the cover had frosted over, making it opaque. Couldn't see who or what was in it.
Let's see what's inside.
She grabbed a hold of the lever on the side of the pod.
No good.
Well, it's locked.
I think it's locked.
What? Ding ding?
Treatment pod TP00.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Stage 1.
Just gotta defrost first.
Complete. Stage 2 will be complete.
Oh, come on, we gotta wait 10 minutes.
Once stage 2 is complete, the lock will automatically disengage.
Right,
What?
cold sleep. These pods can put people into cold sleep. It uses something called CAS to freeze human bodies without destroying their cells.
So, Ms. Akane's like an ice cube?
I think so.
Then we gotta wait till she melts?
Yeah.
So how about you tell us your story while we wait, Kay? Specifically, why do you know Akane?
I remembered
What do you remember?
everything. I was born and raised in this facility. It's called Rhizome 9. A rhizome is an underground plant stem that spreads by sending out roots.
I don't care.
It kind of makes sense, doesn't it? This facility is a little like a rhizome.
It does not matter right now.
Supposedly, that's why they call these installations that. The number comes from the facility's number.
And of course it's number 9.
There are 54 rhizomes on the moon, and this is the 9th one. Well, I suppose the other ones don't really matter to you, do they? In any event, I grew up here with Akane and Zero Senior. I watched them create the AB project.
The AB project?
Yes. Its purpose is to send Phi and Sigma, or their consciousnesses at least, to the past.
Back 45 years, right?
Yes.
So, you want us to change history, huh? Go back and keep Radical 6 from getting out, and stop the reactors from exploding. That's our mission?
Well, not exactly.
What do you mean?
It's true that the ultimate goal of the project is to keep Radical 6 from spreading to the general population. But even if you do make it back, you won't be able to do much. By now, it's already too late.
Well, what do you mean? We can go back to like, theoretically, we can go back to any point in our history. But do you mean like we can't erase timelines that already exist? We can just make new ones?
Too late?
What do you mean?
Let me begin at the beginning. You might be thinking that Zero Senior and Akane were the ones who created all this, but that's not entirely correct. They only followed the histories they'd already seen. It was the only choice they had.
Okay.
Nothing less than the future of mankind is at stake. We need the two of you to jump through timelines while maintaining your memories.
Multiple. Okay.
That is why you had to play the AB game, and why by forcing multiple options, you could make numerous jumps.
Okay.
We speculated that jumping more would strengthen your memories. Puzzles were also there for a purpose. Some theories hold that a moment of insight when you solve a puzzle strengthens your connection to the fourth dimension.
Sure.
That was the reason for the puzzles. Your infection with Radical 6 was also a vital part of our plan. By slowing down your brain's processing speed, we can store your potential. With that energy stored up, we just had to provide a life or death situation to launch your consciousness into the fourth dimension. Like a bullet from a slingshot.
Wait, hold on just a minute here. You keep talking about Sigma and Phi, but what about the rest of us? Why did you bring us here?
That's simple. In earlier histories, you were all here in Rhizome 9.
Okay.
We needed you here to accurately replicate those histories.
Okay. They looked ahead. So kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy thing. They saw them here, all these people here, in their views of it, so they had to make sure that they were here.
Although I suppose that's probably not a good enough explanation for you. In a sense, though, it is the truth. Our primary goal was to replicate history. The rest is... Yes, I suppose I should explain. Very well. I will try and do so in a way you can understand. First, Alice and Clover. They were abducted 45 years and 1 month ago, on December 22nd, 2028. The location is Earth, of course, more specifically, Los Angeles, California. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
After being kidnapped, your bodies were sent to a facility under Akane's direction.
Why does she have so much power? Who is she working for? Was she working for people before? You know what, actually? Thinking about it, it doesn't make sense that Akane and Santa were able to run everything on their own. They would have to be part of some kind of group, wouldn't they?
You were placed in treatment pods and immediately put into cold sleep. 4 months later, you arrived at this facility. The date you finally arrived was April 14th, 2029. Your trip from Earth to this facility was aboard a spaceship powered by an annihilation engine.
Then the moon bases already existed in 2028?
Following your arrival, your pods were placed in long-term storage. Does that make sense?
Are you telling me we were sleeping in those pods here for 45 years?
Yes, in preparation for this day.
But why? What do you need us for?
You are an Esper, aren't you, Clover? I mean that you are able to access the fourth dimension. Am I wrong?
Did Akane tell you?
In a manner of speaking. As I've already explained, the purpose of this project is to send Sigma and Phi's consciousnesses to the past. Espers are able to sort of resonate with one another, which can amplify their power.
So they collected a bunch of Espers to amplify our ability.
You understand? This is why we brought you here.
Clover can't interact with Six anymore, or not Six, with Snake anymore, because Snake's probably dead.
What about me?
We needed your help, Alice, to deactivate Dio's bombs.
Why? She didn't help with that.
Huh? But I didn't do anything.
But you did, in another history.
Did she?
You were able to perform.
Okay, yes, she did do that.
25-digit integer that Dio left behind.
But all that got us was completed.
Only you could do that sort of thing. Because of your feat of mathematics, we were about to determine that Dio had planted the bombs.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that did happen, I guess. That's
and get the password for the number 31.
How do you know that?
Finally, we used that information to stop the bomb.
Right, I guess they went into this knowing every timeline we do.
Without your help, Alice, we would have been reduced to nothing more than so much space dust. This history exists because of your presence. Now, let me explain why we needed Tenmyoji and Quark.
I don't think you needed Quark for any reason other than to motivate Tenmyoji.
Tenmyoji is simple. We needed you for the same reason we needed Clover. You are able to access the fourth dimension. Almost half a century ago, you used that ability to save a young girl, didn't you?
Start calling him Junpei.
Did. We needed you to resonate with Sigma and Phi, so we brought you here. All it took was a messenger.
Do you want to see Akane? If you do, come with me. I was a fool and fell for it.
I mean, they were saying the truth.
And you brought Quark with you. In fact, you insisted that he come.
Yeah, I know. I guess you were worried about leaving me alone, huh? He kept saying he couldn't run off to the moon and leave me behind.
I'm sorry, Quark. If I hadn't been so stupid and selfish, none of this would have happened to you. I never thought this would happen. Can you ever forgive me?
Oh, don't worry about it. I mean, I agreed to come with you. I thought the moon would be way more interesting than boring old Earth.
Which is technically true.
What kid would turn that down?
This has been a interesting event, if nothing else.
We didn't see the messenger after we got on the ship. It was on autopilot. As soon as we got in, we headed straight for the moon. During the trip, Zero told me to keep quiet once we got there. I don't remember anything after we landed.
Then there was a bunch of that white smoke, and we passed out, and when I woke up, I was in the AB room.
Now, Dio, his real name is Left, and he's the leader of a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons. He was ordered to come here. The Myrmidons are under the control of the organization was brother, who orchestrated the release of Radical 6 into the general population 45 years ago.
Kind of figured that at this point.
Do you remember what Phi mentioned earlier? The ultimate purpose of the AB project is to change history and keep Radical 6 from being released. If we succeed, that would be bad for Brother and his organization. Our success would prevent them from creating the ideal world they're working toward. That is why Brother sent Left, his trusted lieutenant, to this facility. They needed to stop the AB project. So, Dio was given 2 tasks. The first was to eliminate Akane, the architect of the AB project. The second was to join the AB game and win it. If Dio won the game, the AB project would not be completed, at least not in that timeline. In other words, in that world, the project would have been stopped. If things didn't go as planned, Dio was given a contingency plan. If you cannot murder Akane and win the game...
Okay, that's why the bombs are only in this timeline.
Destroy Rhizome 9, hence the bombs.
Can I ask you something?
Perhaps.
How did Brother know about the AB project?
He was also an Esper. We can set Brother aside for now, though. May I proceed?
No one objected. We were all curious.
Excellent.
I wonder if Brother was one of the ones in the original non-Origin project.
That explains everyone, save 2, Luna and myself.
Or was he already... Because Ace was mentioned as part of Free the Soul. So maybe he already existed. Or he already was Brother.
Sigma and Phi already know the truth about Luna. I don't believe I should reveal any more, however. I think it would be more appropriate if you could ask Luna yourselves at a later time. Would that be all right with you, Luna?
Yes, that's okay.
As for me, as I said before, I was born and raised here. The rest of you were brought to this facility, but I've never left. That makes me someone close to Zero Senior and Akane.
Hey, I've been wondering, who is Zero Senior?
Sigma.
You've already met him, Sigma, in another timeline.
I did. I saw him once. Yeah. Well, I saw a hologram. I still know who he is. Ding ding.
Stage 2 is complete. TP00 unlocked.
Is it going to actually be Akane, or is it going to be Zero Senior?
It looks like it's finished. Shall we open the pod?
Yeah, let's do it. All of us gathered around the pod. The glass was still covered with frost, hiding the contents.
Okay.
Yeah, the fact that it's specifically like, oh, it's hiding stuff, it's not Akane in here.
Let's get started then. Ready?
Vi laid her hand on the lever and looked around at us. I swallowed. Yeah, anytime.
All right, here we go.
Kane's gonna walk in after.
2, 1.
Hello, Flower Heart. How are you? We're at the very, very end of 999. Or, not, I keep saying that. Of Virtue's Last Reward. Yep, it's me! You want to rewatch Megamind? I always want to rewatch Megamind. That's a good movie. What? Suddenly my head was full of memories from other timelines. I'd seen something like this before. The warehouse of floor B, in front of the white door. Kay was lying in front of me. I grabbed his mask and saw my own face. I never figured out who he really was. Why was there a man and it was my face underneath Kay's armor? It didn't make sense. After I'd seen him, I was injected with tubocurarine, and that was the end of that. But wait, if the person in the pod was the same person I'd seen on the floor of the warehouse, Who was wearing Kay's armor?
You finally noticed.
Wait, Kay in this timeline has been a
Didn't
Akane?
I tell you? You won't be alone. I will be at your side, watching over you.
What? No. Oh my god, you're...
Yes, I am.
That's wild. I did not expect this at all.
Akane Kurashiki.
It's you, June. I mean, Akane from. But you're old.
Yes, that's correct. I haven't spoken to you in a very long time, Clover. Or you, Junpei.
Finally.
Junpei?
Akane, long time no see.
I could barely hear what they were saying. My mind was still reeling. Felt like all the air had been knocked out of me, and it was all I could do to not collapse right then and there.
When? How long?
Do you remember when the two of you saved me in the warehouse?
Kaboom!
Once you saved me, you went back to your future. Well, your minds did, at least.
Yeah, okay, so... This is bullshit. This comes from here. Which technically does come from here, but not really. Like, these are totally separate from this.
I carried your bodies to the third AB room, and then took Dio's to the fifth. After that, I went into the first room and borrowed Kay's armor.
So by the time you and Clover came out, you'd already...
Yes.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Dio killed you. And then Luna took your body to the sixth room. You couldn't have been in Kay's armor.
No, it was me. In this timeline, at least. In this one, I wasn't murdered by Dio. You two saved me. It's just like Schrodinger's cat.
Not really.
Your actions in the future decided who would be inside the armor in the past.
What? No, that's nuts.
Alright, what about the other history? The one where you weren't saved. What happens then? Who's wearing the armor?
That's quite simple. The man in front of you.
Him?
That's correct. Whenever I'm not in the armor, he is.
What about the memory loss?
For my part, I confess that I lied. He, on the other hand, was telling the truth. Large doses of soporil
Okay.
can cause memory loss.
That seems
gave
rude.
him a rather large dose.
So, who is he?
You've never seen him before?
No.
What about the rest of you?
I mean, he literally looks exactly like me.
I have no idea who he is.
I've never seen him before.
What? So he doesn't look like me? What do I look like?
Me either.
Total stranger.
What? Hey, come on. What are you guys saying? Right here. Same face?
Huh?
Are you alright?
What do we look like? Well, I mean, I knew this was why Sigma didn't have a VA.
Did you hit your head or something?
Huh? What? It didn't make any sense. Why didn't they recognize me?
Sigma, your consciousness can jump
Okay.
through time.
So we are in Zero Senior's body.
You can inhabit your body in the past.
Okay.
Or in
We've
the
been
future.
old this whole time. That's why Dio called us an old, whatever. That's why he called us that. Okay. What does that mean?
Don't you get it?
We've been old this whole time. Rika technically spoiled me on this, but not really. I kind of ignored it.
You've jumped to the future. From 45 years ago.
She said you'd never looked at yourself, and they hadn't let me see my face ever. And I commented, why don't they let me see it? I know what Sigma looks like. I looked around frantically. A pond. I ran to it and threw myself down and onto my knees. Crawling on all fours, I perched the edge. My heart was hammering inside my chest. Cold sweat trickled down my spine. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down, damn it! I struggled to take deep breaths, then slowly, I peered into the pond, looking for my reflection. What? No, this can't be real. His face!
It's your face, Dr. Sigma Climb.
Climb, huh?
Although, to the you that's behind it now, it's your face 45 years from now.
Oh, man. Sigma doing all that weird, pervy stuff in this adds a whole new level to it, huh?
Zero, the mastermind of the AB project.
It's one thing when it's someone, like, the same age as people, like, pervenant people. When it's a guy 45 years older, it's a whole nother level.
Is you.
Okay. What? No, that's not possible. That's bullshit.
No.
Zero Time Dilemma adds another layer of pervy to it. I know he's, like, even older in that one, but we'll get there.
It's the truth. Fighting it isn't going to do you any good. Please, Doctor.
I'm not a doctor!
You will be a pioneer in the field of genetic engineering.
You're lying!
No, I'm not.
I mean, what were you going to school for, bro?
You created him.
Yeah, the cloning.
Well,
okay.
I suppose I should say you are going to create him.
So I guess I just overcomplicated things. It is just we ported into the future. But how did they force us to port into the future? That's what I want to know. I guess they did still knock out and kidnap us. Create.
His name is Kyle Climb.
Okay.
Your clone. That is why he looks just like a younger version of yourself. 23 years ago, in the biolab here in Rhizome 9, you created Kyle. Well, I suppose for you, that's still in the future. When I said I was born and raised here, I was still pretending to be him. The gravity here is only 1/6 of Earth's. If nothing was done, the reduced gravity would cause his bones to be weaker than normal human ones.
Then that's the point of the suit.
But you prepared for that. You gave him that armor. Ever since he was born, he's lived inside of it.
Now, is the purpose of that to, like, put an artificial gravity on him, or because his bones were going to be weaker, this would make up for it?
It kept his muscles
Okay.
and bones strong.
Nondescript.
He wasn't forced into it for the nonary game. He's been wearing it every day, all his life.
But why would future me create a clone?
He was to be your spare. If something happened to you before
Right,
the
he mentioned
project
that.
began, he would take your place.
He's a clone of me, so I could have ported into him, which I did technically predict.
I mentioned before that the AB projects A and B stood for after and before. That isn't all they mean, though. The A also means anima, and the B means
Okay.
body.
That's a little bit better.
Anima is another word for the soul, or the consciousness. Body is, well, exactly what it says on the tin. The past consciousness will go into the future
Does this
body,
mean you're technically his dad?
and
Yes.
the future consciousness
That was,
will go into the past
In his
Then
ending, he called us his dad. And he was like, I don't have a mom. Can I have a mom?
That was the chief goal of the project.
Wait, so the future person goes into the past person?
Sigma, do you remember the note you found in the garden?
Past consciousness will go into... Yeah, okay, so we're technically... I'm technically swapping places with whatever timeline consciousness I go into.
You mean this, right?
Yes. Ah, of course, it was you who investigated the garden in this timeline.
Yeah.
Sigma, take a good look at this. It's an illustration of the time jumps your consciousness is making.
Oh, wow, okay. So A goes to B, which then goes to D, which then goes back to, no, goes, start goes into A, right, goes to B, which goes to C, no, not B, goes to Rhizome 9 in C, which goes to B, which goes around to the Nevada test site, and then to E, and splits going this way into Zero Time Dilemma, and to D, which goes here.
A is where everything began. December 25th, 2028. You inhaled the white smoke in your car and lost consciousness. From there, you jumped to B.
Okay, B was involved in it, okay.
2074. You woke up in one of the AB rooms in Rhizome 9.
Right.
You are in your own body, but it is 67 years old. Your consciousness has jumped 45 years into the future. I believe that may explain why you didn't notice the reduced lunar gravity. The body you woke up in was much older. Normally, you would have noticed that your muscles were much weaker. In this case, however, the lower gravity balanced that out.
I don't think so, but sure.
Moving on, if you continue along this line, what happens next? You reach C, which
Right,
is
yes.
January 27th, 2074.
Okay.
That is today.
Right.
Whoa. Wait, what do you mean? Are you saying it's been 2 days since we woke up?
36 hours
I
to
mean,
be
that
exact.
makes sense.
Have you already forgotten? You were all infected with radicals.
Right, that's also true, so everything's been longer than we think it
The
has.
virus slowed your brain down, so yes, 36 hours of real time have passed. But to you, it only seemed like 14 hours and 40 minutes. Now comes the important part. After this, your consciousness will return to the past. It will re-emerge at point D. April 13th, 2029.
Why are we going to the day of the cataclysm?
You will return to your younger body.
But that's the same day as the reactor.
Yeah, we'd want to go back before that.
Yes. That is why I said it will be too late.
Okay.
You will return to the past, but the events you would want to prevent will have already happened.
To ensure that it happens so that we can see this?
The story does not end there, however.
Okay.
The line continues. After reaching point D, you will eventually return to B.
Okay.
But this time, you won't be jumping through time, or at least
Right.
not at a rate faster.
Okay.
than normal.
So, the him right now is going to become the Sigma climb that becomes zero and sets all this up.
Your consciousness will spend 45
Right, okay.
years inhabiting the same body until you reach point B. Do you remember when B is Sigma?
January 25th, 2074. According to what you just told us, it's 36 hours ago.
Correct. That was when the consciousness of the 22-year-old Sigma jumped into the body of 67-year-old Sigma. So where did the older version of you go when you took his body?
Back to here. Point A. December 25th, 2028. The day all of this started.
Yes, his consciousness will go back in time 45 years. For a period of time, he will inhabit your younger body. While your younger consciousness is elsewhere, he will be you in the past.
Okay, until he ages to here. Once the body reaches D, my 22-year-old consciousness will come back from the point C.
That's correct. When that happens, the older version of you will be ejected from your younger body
Okay.
and return to your body at
Right.
sea.
Okay, this makes sense. So it's rotating.
Rotating? I suppose you could put it that way. But look at this illustration closely.
But what if
you take all these lines and untangle them?
But like, what if older Sigma did a jump himself?
You get one single line.
Except
it may look complicated, but in truth, it's a single
this.
straight path with one exception.
Yeah, okay. This line here, point E, right?
Exactly. Point E is December 31st, 2028, the day of the total eclipse.
The day Radical 6 got out of the test facility.
Yes. By now, you've likely figured it out on your own. The purpose of the AB project was to get the consciousness of the 67-year-old Sigma from point B to point A.
That's so stupid, okay.
If we can do that, we can change what happened 45 years ago.
Wait, but like, one jump literally does that. So the old version of me will keep Radical 6 from getting out by jumping into my 22-year-old body on New Year's Eve 2028?
Yes, that is why this line could not be interrupted. In order for the 67-year-old version of you to reach point B, we first have to go through point D. In order to get to point D, we must jump from point C. And for point C to happen, we had to recreate everything that happened in this facility. That is why we have faithfully retraced history up to this point, so that we might save humankind from destruction and undo the horrors of the last 45 years.
Tell me one thing.
What is that?
You said that point C is January 27th, 2074, which is today. There's going to be a jump, and I'll jump to April 13th, 2029.
Yes, that's right.
But look, I'm still old. When is this jump supposed to happen? My headphones just made a beep. I think they might be dying.
Very soon. Yes.
Soon? And what's going to trigger it?
We need potential energy stored to send your consciousness into the fourth dimension. Fortunately, we now have plenty of that. Thanks, ironically, to Radical 6. All that remains is to launch your consciousness, like a bullet from a slingshot.
And how do you propose to do that?
Didn't I tell you? A crisis. A moment balanced between life and death.
Are you gonna... Oh, she has a knife. Is she gonna stab me?
That can jumpstart your brain.
What do you mean?
You haven't figured it out. I mean this.
Yep, she's about to stab me. Yo's knife! No sooner were the words out of my mouth. No, it's even worse! It's Fi! She's gonna kill! Fi! I screamed and leapt towards them. Akane was already in motion, the knife driving towards Fi's chest. I was almost there. When I regained consciousness, I was on the floor. I'm dead! There was a dull pain in my chest. I fell for a cut, but something was in the way. Or I felt for a cut, but something was in the way. It took me a moment to realize that it was Akane's body lying on top of me. I twisted my neck to look around. Nearby was an old tombstone. On it was written a few words in Latin. Tu fui ego eris. What you are, I was. What I am, you will be. And this is the opening song. Okay. Now how much after this are we gonna get? Because there's gotta be something else, right? That's not how it ends. Yeah, I figured. It's not actually over yet. I said this before when we got the first ending and had to watch the credits. It's... Ooh, okay, so we're gonna see 22-year-old Akane. It's just really funny that they show all the Japanese production and none of the English production. But maybe that'll change in these credits? Good old QA. One more fragment will open after the credits, and after that one, another non-canon fragment? Okay. So there are technically like 2 nodes left. I'm just hoping my internet doesn't drop again. This song's really good. It's kind of the only good song from this game, but this song's really good. So I will, like, I've compared this a lot to Danganronpa. I think there's a lot of really good about this. I think Danganronpa overall is a much better game. Danganronpa has a less wild plot, which I'm gonna say is a little bit better. I do like this, though. Danganronpa has probably better characters, and Danganronpa has better music. It's the main important thing to me. But I've enjoyed this a lot. Yeah, like I said, as a game, this is definitely better than 999. I think I like 999 more overall. But I've had so much fun with these games. And of course, we are going to be doing Zero Time Dilemma. So don't worry about that. So remember to hit that follow button and tune in for that. Shut up, headphones. Maybe have like another hour left. And yeah, there was the Phi ending. Oh my god. Yeah, well, I guess it would be further back. Headquarters. Stop screaming. I know everything's awful, stop screaming.
Today is April 13th, 2029. And this is the evening news. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I don't have any news to read. All of our station's reporters have...
Oh no!
have passed after contracting Radical 6. So have my... Excuse me. I've managed to keep us on the air until now. But I'm out of tricks. It's time for me to sign off. This concludes our broadcast day. I pray that someday, our world can be cleansed of this horrible plague.
And this? Oh, cool. My charging cable can actually make it to me. Plug you in. I have to lean forward a little bit, but it's okay. Now my headphones won't die. Oh, live on camera, huh? That sucks. For a moment, I just stared at the TV. The roar of the static seemed to fill the entire room until with a click, it disappeared too. Had the power gone out? I heard footsteps behind me and turned around. Oh, hi, Zero. You! Akane!
It looks like the first step was successful.
What the fuck? You killed me!
Killed?
I guess technically you're going to kill me 45 years from now, but still.
Hey, no need to be rude about it.
No need to be rude, I just stabbed you. It's fine, it was your plan anyway.
I didn't kill you. I hit you with the butt of the knife. You're fine.
Gaslit even more. More gaslighting forever. I can't wait for Zero Time Dilemma for her. I don't care about anyone else. Going into Zero Time Dilemma with her there, knowing what and who she is gonna be fantastic.
Yes. You and Phi needed to experience a state of crisis. That was the only
She's gonna be the least trustworthy character ever in any of these games. It's gonna be great. Me and Phi?
Yes, I only told you about you, but we also needed Phi to jump.
I assume these are
Now,
Clover and company.
you know what happens next, right?
We go to the moon?
Correct. We will be leaving tomorrow, April 14th, 2029. We've nearly finished preparing your shuttle. Only a few last-minute checks and additions. You'll be traveling to
moon!
Rhizome 9, along with 3 treatment pods.
Alice and Clover, right?
Yes,
What about the third one? Who's in there? Phi.
Phi.
Yeah.
We put her into cold sleep 2 days ago. She appeared at our headquarters and volunteered to be frozen.
Oh. Future Phi's in her right now.
That wasn't the Phi who jumped from point C, though. It was Phi before she jumped from point A to point D.
Point A to D. Okay.
In other words, she was following the same path you are.
Oh, okay.
And she still is.
Then that means that after you froze her, the point C version of her jumped back into her body?
Yes. The point C version of Phi is sleeping in that pod. She'll stay there for the next 45 years, sleeping in ice.
Then when she gets to point B, her consciousness will jump to point A, right?
Correct.
Huh. So that's why she didn't look old. So why don't you just stick me in one of those pods?
We can't do that.
Because we need you to investigate everything, or invent everything. Why not?
You haven't figured it out? You have to spend the next 45 years working on the AB project. After arriving at Rhizome 9, you must master genetic engineering and artificial intelligence program, among other disciplines.
AI and genetic engineering. It's that simple, guys. Come on.
Otherwise, you will be unable to create Kyle, Luna, and Lagomorph. And, of course, you will need to develop the chromatic doors and the bracelets. You will also be the person who summons Tenmyoji and Quark.
Sigma needs to spend the next 45 years to become a triple PhD professor. To be fair, 45 years is a fair estimate for how long it would take to do that.
Once you've completed all the preparations, then the
And
project
invent
can
two
actually begin.
fields from scratch.
January 25th, 2074. You will defrost Phi and carry her to the third AB room.
Kana is the
Once
best
you've done
and the
that,
worst and the best. She's the best at being the worst. No, she's the worst at being. No, Phi's the worst at being the best. What is Akane? You know what? Akane is just in a superposition between being the best and the worst, and we just don't know which one. We will never observe it.
And you'll just go back 45 years to your own body on December 25th, 2028.
And then I change history. Do you really think I can keep the virus from getting out?
You have to. If you don't, billions of people will die. Only you and Phi can save them.
Can't wait to watch you see some. I can't wait for Zero. The fact that I know Junpei, Akane, Phi, and Sigma are in Zero Time Dilemma, it's gonna be amazing. What about you? Aren't you an Esper too?
I can't do anything on my own. If this is going to work, I'll need your help.
So, what do I need to do?
What do you mean?
Like, what specific actions do I need to take? When Phi and I jump to point A, what are we going to do then?
You'll both enter the Mars mission test site.
And after that?
I don't know.
What?
I'm sorry. I really don't know anything about what happens in there.
Well, yeah, because that's the timeline we've been trying to reach. They wouldn't know anything about it.
We don't know how the Radical Six escaped. We don't even know why it was there in the first place.
Even before it's because, like, Phi was the one that had it? Oh, crap. Then we're screwed.
That's why we need your help. You have the ability to jump through time and across parallel worlds. We need you to figure out what happened in that test facility. Things will be difficult. And I'm sure you will find yourself in a great deal of danger.
Is that what Zero... That's not what Zero Time Dilemma is it?
I believe the two of you can overcome any obstacle.
Is that just gonna be like a hook that's like, yeah, you guys went and did that? Wait, how do you know it's so dangerous?
The 67-year-old version of you told me what happened. He wasn't able to stop the virus, so I suppose you could say you told me after you failed.
What did I say?
That the test facility is full of traps. There was one point. A woman's life was in danger. You risked yourself for her sake and lost your arms.
And
your
that's why
right
we
eye.
needed robot arms. My arms and my right eye. What the hell? Suddenly, a low rumble shook the building. Come on! Whoa, what was that?
Go have a look.
I moved slowly to the window and peered outside. On the horizon, I could see a massive mushroom cloud climbing slowly towards the sky. Would we really be able to change the course of history? No, that was the wrong way to look at it. It couldn't be a question. I had to change history. We could save the world. I'm going to change history. I stared at the darkening skies above us and steeled myself. I would succeed. End or beginning. I like that. Okay, and so there's... You said there's one more? Oh, yep, there it is. Infirmary another time. It's all the way at the end.
Where?
Oh, he's talking.
I see you've finally woken up, Kyle.
Oh, never mind, we're Kay. Okay.
Kyle.
Ah, yes. Of course. You've only just woken up in this timeline. It's only natural for some of your memories to be missing.
Okay. I lurched upright, jumped off the bed, and ran around to the other side of the partition. The extra fragment question mark was added because shortly before the release of the game, there was a major disaster, and it was decided to add question marks so the game didn't literally end on a mushroom cloud or a reactor exploding. That's really funny, actually. It's like how the original Final Fantasy XIV 1.0 was going to have Titan and Leviathan as like their next big things, but I forget what, a major tsunami happened right before it, and so they're like, well, we're not gonna do the guys that are about earthquakes and tsunamis. Write them out. Just say that another group, the company heroes, did it. And we're just gonna good King Muggle big Moogle time. It's really funny when companies do that. I get why. In the long run, it comes off as weird, but I get it. The mirror over the sink was covered with a film of dirt. I wiped it off with my sleeve and my reflection stared back at me. There was no mistake. The reflection belonged to...
Kyle Climb. So, I'm Dr. Climb? Zero Senior's clone?
What? How do you know that? Shouldn't you still be suffering from amnesia?
An excellent question, one I didn't quite know the answer to myself. I knew who Kyle Climb was. In another history, he had been called K and had worn a suit of armor. If K is a clone of Sigma, he would have this ability. He hadn't just worn the armor in that history, though. Apparently he'd worn it all his life. It also begs the question, can you jump into a clone? Kyle had been born and raised in the lunar installation, which seemed to be called Rhizome 9. Rather late in his life, Akane had appeared as a mother figure, and he had consequently grown very attached to her. I knew everything about him, but even though I knew it, I didn't feel it. Was I really Kyle Climb? Every time I looked in the mirror, I saw his face. The spitting image of Sigma Climb in his younger days. I looked down. Oh, hi, Dio. There was Dio, still handcuffed. I turned back around to Luna.
What day is today?
January 27th, 2007.
Alright, it's the day we jumped.
Today is the last day of the AB project. Akane has explained everything in the garden. And she drew a knife and attacked Phi. How long have I been asleep?
About 5 hours in real time. For them, it would have seemed like a little more than 2 hours.
So they still haven't been treated for their Radical 6?
No, they've all been given the antiviral. It just takes a while to have an effect.
I see. So the consciousness of the younger Sigma has gone back into the past. It should have happened right after Akane attacked Phi, right?
Yes.
Why am I here?
The doctor carried you back here. You were in the pod in the garden.
So the person you call the doctor is Sigma Klein, as inhabited by his age-appropriate consciousness.
Yes, but how do you know that?
Dio seems to have remained unconscious.
Yes, I've been administering Sopril whenever he
There's more.
gets
There's more
restless.
Sopril. Just more. Just keep pumping it. He's gonna have deep amnesia by the end of this if we just keep pumping him full of Sopril.
What about the others?
They've all gone off to different areas.
Which might not be a bad thing.
Tenmyoji and Quark, for instance.
Oh, right. Mr. Klein.
So the sleepyhead's finally up, huh?
What are you two doing here?
You don't know where we are?
This is the upper floor of the pressure exchange chamber. The real one.
Mm-hmm.
We were just about to get dressed and head out.
Is that Akane?
You plan to return then? To Earth, I mean.
Yeah.
Sigma told us where we could find the shuttle that brought us here. Well, guess he's not really the Sigma I knew anymore.
I mean, he is.
He's Dr. Klein now.
He just
or
knew you, like,
Zero
a
Sigma,
long time
depending
ago.
on how you look at it.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Well, I'm just curious why you would choose to return to a devastated planet when you could stay here.
How's staying here gonna help? You aren't gonna say something idiotic about how we should wait here until Sigma changes the past, are you?
In this time, the people of this timeline, it wouldn't actually matter for. They're trying to create a new timeline where things are fine. Because, like, Lucina talks about this in Fire Emblem Awakening. I forget in which part, or if it's one of the DLCs, but Lucina goes back in time to fix the past, but she knows it's not going to change her future. It's just going to create a new future full of hope. The same thing is happening here. We're creating a non-apocalyptic future. We're not gonna change this future.
You can't wait for something that's already happened.
Right.
Grammar doesn't work that way. Hell, nature doesn't work that way.
Nature doesn't work like any of this, to be fair.
You following me?
Well, actually, I guess it does, but we don't perceive it?
We've already lived through history. Sigma failed to keep the virus from getting out. About 45 years ago, Radical 6 created a pandemic, and the antimatter reactors blew up. That all happened. Whatever Sigma does in the past, history's not gonna change. In fact, it's because of what he did, or didn't do in the past, that we've got this past and present. Let me give you an example. Imagine a group of 100 motorcycles driving down an endless freeway. Eventually, they hit a junction.
This game just loves
The road splits in
breaking
two.
Nox's Decalogue.
One freeway continues off northwest, and the other stretches out to the northeast. So one guy, we'll call him S, pipes up. "Let's go northwest," he says. So they take the northwestern road. But about a mile past the intersection, something horrible happens. A semi driving the other way veers into their
Oh, they all
lane
got
and flies through
isekai'd.
the bikers.
Good for them.
90 of them die. The surviving 10 are wounded. but
Oh, they
survive.
didn't
They
isekai.
don't stop, though. They keep riding down that highway, and eventually, they'd gone 10,000 miles. Then suddenly, something happens that they couldn't have predicted. S, who had survived, suddenly has his consciousness thrown back in time.
This is literally more complicated than just understanding what
He
happened.
ends up back in his own body just before they reach the junction. He remembers everything. So what does S do? What anybody would do. Let's go northeast. That means all 100 of the bikers survive to reach their destination, happy and healthy. And they all live happily ever after. That's what you're thinking, right? It's a great outcome for the 100 bikers that went northeast. But what about the 10 that went northwest and survived the accident?
Huh? Wouldn't it be 9 people? I mean, S's mind went back in time, right?
Oh, right. Okay, 9 people then. What happens to the reality they were living?
It still exists.
Does it just disappear when S changes the past?
No.
It's not as if it was only bad things that happened during that 10,000-mile trip. Maybe one of them fell in love with a woman working
Sure,
at a
I
gas
don't care.
station they stopped at and had a child. Maybe one of them picked up a homeless kid who Join them on their
Okay.
adventure.
So, right. Okay. So that one is him.
That 10,000-mile journey would be full of stories, friendships, farewells, romances. The loss of those 90 lives is horrible and unfortunate. But what would rewriting their history mean? The 9 who survived lived full lives. How can it be right to just erase all that? The survivors overcame their own misery and loss and made the best they could of the hand they'd been dealt. Isn't that worth something? Isn't that the best thing that humans can aspire to? Is there really any point to a world where everything is happy?
Yes? That's a weird question.
Are people who struggle for a better life just idiots?
No, but that doesn't mean that everything being happy isn't a better outcome than having to struggle for it.
Being human is about fighting, even when it seems hopeless.
I don't disagree with that.
Finding happiness, even in a world.
I also don't disagree with that, but if I could choose everyone be happy or everyone have to struggle, everyone be happy is a pretty good option.
Are you saying that's worthless? If you're saying rewriting the past will erase all these other timelines, then whatever God wrote those rules can Look, I'm just not going to accept that.
I don't disagree with him. If I were in the situation and it's one thing to send someone back and create a new timeline to, like, make things not happen. It would be another to be like, oh, you're going to erase the timeline that I lived and the people that I care about now? I don't know that I like that.
You get it?
If Sigma changes the past, then you and Quark will never meet.
Is he right?
Do you want me to sacrifice 100 people for 9? Yeah, it's a very hard decision, because it's like, it's one thing to talk about it theoretically, right? Like, if you're in the past, and you're like, okay, well, these two futures can happen, we delete the one to make the other. It's another to be like, well, I'm in this timeline to get this other one, which technically might be a better outcome. My whole history would be destroyed. I would never technically have existed. You can't really expect people in that present to be like, all of them at least, to be like, yeah, just go and delete me.
No, it's not going to happen. We're here right now. This is reality.
But also, like, that can't be the way time works. You would always have to create a new timeline. Because in order to remember a history, that history has to have happened. So you have to, if you go back in time with memory to change something, it would still have to have happened in your timeline. You're just making... So, like, okay, I go back in time and kill baby Hitler, right? History now has changed, but I'm still from a timeline where baby Hitler was not killed. By the way, don't kill baby Hitler. That is a very... It's weird to say it's a bad thing to do in time. It's just, it changes so much, so drastically. Don't do it. Don't kill baby Hitler.
Even if Sigma does change the past, we're not just gonna disappear or something.
Maybe kill baby Hitler.
Oh, then that means we get to stay together? Good.
Thanks, kid.
I understand how you feel. Why you want to return to Earth is clear. You have lives there, I imagine. There are likely people waiting for you.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Have you already said goodbye to the others?
Bye, Luna, Alice, and Clover all saw us off. We told them we'd see them again someday, and then came here.
They were the only people you want to say goodbye to?
Well, no point saying anything to Dio.
Besides, he's asleep.
Fuck Dio.
You were asleep too.
Sorry, but we didn't really know much about you.
You have a point. Akane was in the armor in this
Hey, what
timeline,
color are
actually.
Dio's eyes?
What about Sigma?
Hey, what color are Dio's eyes?
Well, he's not really Mr. Sigma anymore.
Of course. He is Dr. Klein now that his consciousness has returned.
Yeah, but more importantly, he's the guy who brought us all here. Not a lot of warm feelings there, you know?
And Akane?
Never mind her. She's just like him. Not the Akane I knew.
No, she's exactly the Akane you knew, actually.
She must have seen some pretty awful things over the years. Hell, she might not even be human anymore.
She's exactly the Akane you knew, you just didn't see this aspect of it.
But the Akane Kurashiki I know isn't here. She's not anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, if you accept that, then no.
In the end, Clover and I were just pawns.
Kind of.
Pawns to be used and then gotten rid of. Still, it's not like we're completely resentful.
Like, Junpei, remind me again what she was doing the last time you saw her. Yeah, literally. Literally. Last time we saw her, she pulled you guys and everyone into the second nonary game to make sure she lived. To be fair, can't blame her. But this is what she's been doing her entire life.
We had to be here to help change the past. That part's easy to understand, but...
Kinda sucks, though.
It does kind of suck for you guys. Sigma and Phi can go back. You can't.
I mean, Sigma and Phi have it easy. They get to go back to December 25th,
Like, what happened to Snake?
2028.
Did anyone ever tell anyone what happened to his sister? Who he, like, cares more about than anything in the world?
They'll stop the Radical Six and save the world, and then they'll have a nice, normal future to look forward to.
To be fair, in that timeline, they can just wake you guys up.
In other words, they get to go back to
Or,
point
well,
E
no, you
and
wouldn't
just
be
enjoy
asleep in
history
that
like it was
timeline.
supposed to happen.
Yes, you would be asleep, because you're asleep back here, not here yet. But still, we just wake you up.
But we don't. We're stuck with point C as our starting point.
You told us about Ten Myoji's story, right? The one with the motorcycles? It would be like if Alice and I were kidnapped right before the intersection. Then whoever grabbed us takes us to wherever the bikers are going, 10,000 miles to the northwest.
Technically, Clover, you could potentially train yourself to be able to jump.
Don't get us wrong. We know why we had to be here.
I feel like 50-50 odds. If Clover just up and vanished, Snake would probably hunt Akane down either to find out what happened or B, to get her. That's fair. If he knew, I mean, that assumes that he would know that she was involved.
Without us, as his
Actually,
consciousness
though,
wouldn't have been able to go back to right before the intersection.
How much of, because Clover and Snake were connected, right, through the morphogenic field. They were using that to do their secret spy stuff. I wonder how much he would have been able to know.
If that couldn't happen, then the fate of those 90 dead bikers would be sealed. But
it's still not the best situation for those of us left in the Northwest. We're stuck in the reality where the 90 bikers died.
Are we just supposed to go live on Earth? It's a wasteland now.
We can just stay here.
And what about our friends and families?
Oh, they're dead.
We left a whole world behind 45 years ago.
Even if it is for the greater good?
It just doesn't seem fair, does it?
Yeah, it's a little bit much.
So we went and talked to the old lady.
She told us that there is one way.
One way we could get back to the past.
Oh?
Let's say you do go back to the past. Wouldn't that cause your minds to get thrown back here? That seemed to be how Sigma and Phi's jumps worked, at least.
Yes, you're right.
With all the discussion of, I'm assuming it's consciousness, you can ask a question.
But this is different.
Different? How?
From what she said, it sounds like there's a way we can send our bodies back in time, too.
That's ridiculous.
Time travel!
It would create a paradox. How could you have two Clovers and two Alices at the same time?
Because they're not technically at the same time. One is frozen somewhere else, not interacting with the world at all. The others would be living the life that they normally would have lived.
But that wouldn't happen.
Akane says there's a way around that.
How on earth does she plan to do that?
Schrodinger's
cat.
Oh, hey, Kyle. Figured you'd come here eventually.
Where's Dr. Klein? Luna said you were with him.
He said he was tired, so he's off resting right now. There's a bedroom at the end of the hallway. He's in there if you're curious. Oh, right. He told me to turn on this hologram projector thing when you showed up. Want me to start it?
Sure.
Glad to see you. There isn't anything in particular that I have to tell you. However, I imagine there are a great number of things weighing on your mind. I'd love to answer all your questions, but unfortunately, my circumstances make that an impossibility. I hope you can forgive me. Everything I know, Phi should also know.
Yeah, so I can hear that this is Kay's voice actor. Now that I know, I can hear it. They're doing different inflections and it's not like covered up by effects, but it's the same voice actor. And I imagine Kyle also is the same voice actor.
What does he mean, other than Kyle?
Who knows? Is there anything you want to ask?
Oh, right, well, I guess I may as well cut to the chase. Just who are you, Phi?
Imagine person gets amnesia and gets new identity and lives with this identity and memories for years. Then they get memories of their old identity back, very painful memories, and new question, what identity do they have now? Read Umaneko to find out! That's my answer to that.
I'm not Superman, that's for sure. And I'm not Batman or Spider-Man or Aquaman or a merman or a wolfman. I'm not a Brahmin
That is a
or
major
common
plot
or
of
Brahmin.
Umaneko.
I'm not a Cayman either, so you really don't need to worry about anything.
Umaneko no Nakokoro ni, or When the Seagulls Cry. It is a series by the same author that wrote Higurashi. It is really good. It has to do with a lot of the stuff that this has to do with. It's really interesting. Yes, it is extremely long. There are 8 parts. Each part is probably like 20 hours. It's a long investment. It's 120% worth it. I mean, it's a hard... The actual answer to that is it's hard to determine. I think it would depend on the person and the situation. So there are 3 possible outcomes. One is you discard the original and live as the new persona. 2 is you discard the new persona and live as the original. Or 3, you fuse them together and find some semblance of existence.
Please don't dodge the question.
And I cannot directly answer any of that because that is it's a good thought-provoking question, but it's not a question with an actual, like, tangible answer. Because I think it would also change depending on the person.
About 5 hours ago, Akane attacked you with a knife. That triggered something which sent your mind back to the past, correct? Specifically, you were sent to Point D, April 13th, 2029. On that date, your body was already in Akane's custody. Although by then you were in cold sleep, you wouldn't have regained consciousness, but your mind was now inhabiting that body. That pod was your home for 45 years. You slept there, frozen, until the time was right.
Right, so what Phi are you now?
Then on January 25th, 2074, you were finally thawed out, even though you didn't wake up. Still unconscious, you were carried to the AB room. That was when your consciousness changed bodies again.
Okay.
A version of you from December 25th, 2028 arrived, pushing you out.
Okay.
And sending you back to December 25th, 2028.
Okay. So... So the Phi that was going through everything, or most of everything, was the one from... here. And then... the Phi... So the Phi from Point D was the one that we've been mostly interacting with the whole time. She's obviously had been jumping around and whatever, but... Then the one from here... went back to here.
This is when you finally woke up. In 2028, you found and joined forces with Sigma, whose older mind was inhabiting his younger body. Together, you attempted to infiltrate the Mars mission test facility. Unfortunately, your plan failed. The Radical Six did escape on New Year's Eve. That failure determined the path you... Instead of going along the line that branches out to the right from Point E, you headed straight to Point D. Point D being April 13th of the following year. That was the day that you made your way to Akane's hideout and asked to be put into one of the treatment
Is
bombs.
she trapped in a loop?
Another consciousness enters your body around that time from the future. It is, of course, the version of you that left your body when Akane attacked you in the garden.
Okay. No,
This
she's
caused
trapped
the
in a
two versions
loop.
of you to swap places, and you moved 45 years into the future, where you woke up on the garden floor. That put you on the line that comes Here, so if we discount the time you spent in cold sleep, for you, only 3.5 months have passed since that happened. That being when you were sent back into the past from the garden. Have I missed anything?
The whole situation is a stable time. Yeah, but... Well, so... But Sigma's switching was different points in time, and will eventually come back to where he should be. But I think she's trapped in, like, a... Well, I guess she would have to go further at some point. There's no way she wouldn't. One of them would eventually just keep living.
No, everything you talked about you got right.
Well, what do you mean by that?
I'm kind of an unknown variable in this equation. You could think of me as a kind of X factor. It's taken me the last 3.5 months to understand.
I was thinking she was, like, trapped in a loop where her consciousness was never actually changing, like, going forward. It was just changing between itself. But that is actually impossible, because there's a Phi here now, living and going on.
I haven't understood anything in the last 3.5 seconds. Could you please explain?
It's kind of like the relationship between classical mechanics and modern physics.
Great, more science.
Strictly speaking, you can't combine velocities with v1 plus v2. v1 plus v2 divided by 1 plus v1
Oh,
times
sure.
v2 over
All
c
right,
squared
math.
is the actual
Great.
equation. Of course, the sort of velocities we encounter in day-to-day life don't come close to being c squared, which is the speed of light squared. That means that 1 plus v1 times v2 divided by c squared is usually going to evaluate to something pretty close to 1. Since that would mean dividing by 1, it's usually okay to just skip that step and use v1 plus v2. You see what I'm saying?
No.
In most situations, it works, even if it
Got
isn't
it.
technically correct.
It's mostly okay, therefore it's good enough.
So you knew enough to get the stuff you were talking about, right? As long as you stick to that, you won't run into any problems.
I don't quite understand. In fact, I feel like you're dodging my questions.
She is.
So was that what you wanted to ask about?
No. What I really want to know is what happened between Christmas and New Year's Eve in 2028. You and Sigma infiltrated the Mars mission test site, didn't you?
Yes.
What happened there? How did Sigma lose his eye and both his arms? And why was Radical 6 in there in the first place? What could a deadly virus have to do with the simulated mission to space?
Sorry, but I can't tell you that.
Why?
Because we have a different video game for that.
Because it would change history.
Would it? It's already been perceived at this point, and we're in the bad timeline anyway, where you failed.
There is a history where the virus didn't escape. That's the line that goes to the right of point E.
Okay.
In that timeline, humanity isn't heading for annihilation, and Earth isn't red. The future is much brighter. But if I tell you what you're asking me right now,
I don't...
reality will disappear.
I don't think it will.
You understand?
No.
I don't. Why would all of that disappear if you told me?
They're gonna
what
say
I
something
want to
about the
know?
superposition, but that's not how that works.
You're about to go back to the past, right?
Okay, maybe.
Past.
Never mind.
Don't be silly. I can't do that.
And where the hell did you learn all this stuff? I just listened to you tell me a bunch of things you shouldn't have known about. You were sleeping in the pod in the garden. You just woke up. So how can you know all this? You know my past. Sigma's past.
Okay. That's fair then, that
I
you
shall
couldn't tell.
give you your answer. You are not Kyle.
Yeah, okay, we're
Klein.
Sigma.
Your body is Kyle's, but your consciousness is not.
So the answer is yes, you can jump into a clone.
Think about it. Do you really believe you're Kyle, or could you be someone else entirely?
Then, where is the real Kyle's consciousness?
He was thrown out when you entered. Right now, in a manner of speaking.
Okay, he wasn't just deleted.
He has arrived at December 25th, 2000.
He's not Sigma either. Okay, it's just fucking Junpei.
His consciousness has gone into a body from that time. I doubt you know how much the doctor loves Kyle. He raised him on his own. Kyle is irreplaceable. Do you really think he would go back to the past and leave Kyle behind here? I know what I told the others, that Kyle was Dr. Klein's spare, but that was not his only purpose. Kyle's consciousness is integral to what we are trying to accomplish. This new mission begins on Christmas and ends on New Year's Eve 2028. Its purpose will be to infiltrate the test facility and prevent the spread of the virus. For this to happen, Kyle is absolutely necessary.
Is he?
And that is why he created him?
Yes.
So now that my consciousness has entered his body, the Doctor has achieved his objective. Kyle has gone back to 2028 to participate in his mission.
Correct.
There's one thing that troubles me. Kyle was created before reaching point B from point D. That means his body did not exist on Christmas in 2028. Does that mean he has entered my body? Have we just switched places?
I suppose you could put it that way, yeah.
Okay, so yes, Fi is right in that you can't tell him this.
That's ridiculous.
Or what happened.
What's going to happen to me?
It's not Juniper.
Telling me I have to spend the rest of my life here in this box, living in a borrowed body?
Nah, he'll jump back eventually.
No, not at all. You can travel freely through time and space. You are an uncontrolled variable that entered our closed system. As such, the rules of this world do not apply to you.
Okay.
I have no idea what...
Please don't try to play dumb. I know what you are. Surely you must know by now, too.
Give me a name.
You are about to go into the past.
Give me a name.
And save the world.
Is implied to be question mark from Ever 17, implied to be a transdimensional entity from outside time itself. Okay. Is Ever 17 something else that they've made? I have never heard of that. Ever 17, Out of Infinity. Yep, older game. Okay. It is the second entry in the Infinity series. Alright. Writer, Uchikoshi. Yep, okay. Got it. Cool, all of the Uchikoshi stuff is connected, huh?
Phi and Sigma, even with all of his future knowledge, will need your help. Only you can right the horrible wrongs of our past. Only you can save the world.
There's no way I...
Yes, there is. You have to. Don't you want to know the truth?
Yes.
Don't you want to know what happened in between Christmas and New Year's Eve in 2028?
Well, yes, I do, but...
Then you must believe. Reality is shaped by what we believe reality should be. If observation can change the motion of a particle, then how is it odd to think that human thought can shape reality? Your will can change history.
You can do it.
The world will be...
Oop. It actually can't. You don't know that.
Remember
we just can't.
What I've
the whole
told you.
the whole idea of this is that it's not that it can't. It's that we can't perceive it, which is possible. There are higher dimensions and levels of consciousness that we can't perceive as humans that are theoretically there. Nothing in this game is technically absolutely wrong. It's definitely science fiction, but it is technically possible everything in this game. In theory.
Only you can save the world.
Only you can prevent forest fires. Alternative. End. I got an achievement. You found it. All right, I told you I was ready to do a 12-hour stream for this. All right, that was great. VLR is great. I'm very excited to get to head to Zero Time Dilemma now. I don't know that we'll necessarily start Zero Time Dilemma on Monday. I'm going to play Slay the Princess on Monday. Depending on how long that is, I may or may not start Zero Time Dilemma. But importantly, remember, I was going to say tomorrow, today, in around 10 hours, the wonderful Soleil du Vale is hosting a Pokemon Little Cup tournament. I will be part of it. I will not be on stream, but I will be participating in it, so check it out to support her, support me. We love it. And we won't be on with her on Sunday, but we'll be back for the regular schedule next week. I'm gonna probably try to get the Rika gives me a horrible experience stream this week, probably on Thursday. I'm probably gonna continue the Dark Souls randomizer, but I'm gonna do that instead this week. Tuesday, I'm going to try to start Battle Network, I think. But yeah, check out the Twitter, check out the Discord for information on that and the upcoming what we do's. I'm gonna go to bed now. So I hope everybody has a good night. Thank you everyone that stayed with me, especially the people that stayed like the whole way through. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate it. And I will see you in the future. Bye-bye now.